Oh, sweet. Yeah, he's the only one in the world, and he's still doing it that way?
He might not be. I don't watch a lot of Duncan Rhodes.
Yeah, I don't either, but from what I saw, I thought he was still doing it the same way.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
assumed. I
there's
assumed
the
when.
stream.
I assumed when he left Games Workshop, his painting would dramatically change. His painting
Yeah, I thought so
style,
too.
not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Lucky bat. Wait. Oh.
Nice. All right.
I'm gonna have to turn off that auto white balance. There we go. Flimbo the dude. Yo, Alex Smith. Sup, guys? Prussian Blue picked up my wet palette just now, and the entire side is like blown out. Like the plastic is broken?
That's certainly odd.
Mm-hmm. Boy, what color should the Twi'lek's head be?
There we go.
In Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, if you wanted to play as a Twi'lek, you could choose between having pink skin, blue skin, green skin, yellow skin, or yellow skin.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Spitz, will Lucky Bats
Yellow.
call in? If Lucky Bats wants to. Y'all could call in if you want to.
Yeah, that is true. At 9:30.
Yep. Simon the Lobotomized Monkey, I am arrived.
I am arrive. Really.
Alright. I need my reference
I know,
photos.
Lucky Bat just gave me a good idea for a thumbnail for next time.
Mm-hmm. No, that's not quite magic blue. I'd say that's an ultramarine blue.
Mm. Gaming Canary YT Echo. Yeah, mute the if you're listening.
Oop, Nick's cracking up a little bit.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right, everything's back to normal.
Yeah, you were gone
Could you
for
bump
like
my mic?
half a second. Ah!
Perfect. Boom. So if you're listening to us on Discord, you gotta mute the YouTube stream because you can't listen to both at the same time, or else you're gonna be really confused.
Happy Hair Day can't talk. Elbows deep in Conquest plastic.
Mm.
John Langer. Hello, guys. Finally got to watch you live stream for once since I always work.
Nice.
Michael Spitz. Wow, his Wi-Fi is better than my painting skills. Is everyone okay? Did Nick die? Yes.
Good. I died. I once was lost, but now I am found.
Mm-hmm. James Cameron Clark. Morning, fellas. Austin Clark. What's up?
Flimbo the dude, how's the call? Flimbo the dude, how's the call-in feature work? So you at 9:30, we're gonna start taking calls. You join the Discord. You join the live stream stage. Then there's a little button that says wave, and then we can pick somebody from that list to join in, and then you can say whatever you want, and we'll respond to you, talk to you for a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next person. Aquino Kenotis. What is a call-in show? Is this like Howard Stern? It's exactly like it.
It is, yeah, 100%. In fact, he's calling in. We actually, we were gonna keep it a surprise, but
but we decided to book him.
Mm-hmm.
Prussian Blue. How long do we get to talk? We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
You might get. Yeah, I mean, as long as the conversation's interesting.
Yeah.
But you know, like a real live-in show, you might just get muted.
We're not gonna have a clock going, but
Nah.
we won't let anyone like monopolize the whole show unless they're amazing.
Yeah, unless it's like Zumakito, Brent.
Yeah.
You know, we got a real celeb going on. Until you're not funny. Exactly.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be funny. You can ask a question. You can tell a joke. You can tell Jay he's wrong to his face. You know, whatever you want to do.
Can talk about why Games Workshop sucks or why they're awesome.
Exactly.
But no one's gonna do that.
No. You could call Ray a Mary Sue if you want.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your boat. Even though Ray's a great character.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
And
Daisy.
you can fight me on that. Michael Spitz, am I dumb? I don't remember EOB having a call-in show. Yes, we're trying it out. Yesterday, we tried it out with our patrons, and it was really fun.
It was.
It was, like, super fun.
It reminded me
We added
exactly of hanging out at the local Warhammer store and just chilling for a few hours and painting and listen to the nerds gossip.
Yeah. It was super fun.
But you have to be a patron.
That's true. For that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we decided we'll try this out and we'll see if people like it, if it's fun. I mean, I think it'll be interesting to hear people's opinions live. It's crazy. It was really, really fun yesterday.
Oops, I used the wrong color. Perfect. Dr. Jokel, how do you know she's a Twi'lek unless she is scantily clad and dancing as a custom in Star Wars? As is custom in Star Wars. Yeah, the Twi'lek, for some reason, have become a fan favorite alien species.
Interesting.
After they made an appearance in Return of the Jedi as the dancer Ula. And then the sexy Jedi Aayla Secura. Because most of the Jedi wear, you know, big cotton robes, and then she's got like the midriff leather outfit going on. For some reason. Can't imagine why. Simon the Lobotomized Monkey.
Fist and Stone Wargaming evening. Who won the Kill Team game today?
Oh, I destroyed Nick.
You did.
It was great. Played my Necrons.
Man, I had a flesh wound on a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had a flesh wound on all of like your warriors and a couple of your immortals.
Yeah, most of my, like all but like one or two of my models had flesh wounds by the end, which is really lucky.
Oh my god, it was insane. What I decided to do, and maybe it was kind of dumb, but I took 2 orc gunners instead of 2 normal orc boys, but those did the majority of the work. I just perched them up somewhere high, and I just let them fire. It was super great.
Dr. Jokel, yes, Ray is a great character. Ray stands from Ghostbusters.
I mean, that is true.
Caster Kun. Hey boys, I've recently gotten into 40k hobby. Just like you say, your videos are helpful, informative, and entertaining. Keep it up.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
James Cameron Clark. Horny nerds make the world go around. They certainly make the hobby go around.
That is true. That's where the hobby dollars really are.
Oh my god. No, Wolf. What do you think of the classic metal Abaddon from the EOB Complete? Oh, a metal Abaddon? As long as he's got his arms, it's perfect. Because old classic Abaddon the Armless.
Persian Blue EOB talk show. I mean, yeah, basically. With more burps, I would say.
Corbin the Blood Angel. I got my first Sanguinary Guard done today. Are those the gold guys with the wings? Because those guys are sweet.
The Golden Boys? The Golden Girls? Matthew Cheeseman, I tried marble bases. It did not go well. Broke my airbrush.
Oof.
What'd you do to your airbrush?
I don't think I used the airbrush for my Marvel video. Oh, for priming.
And didn't you spatter him?
I spattered. I thought I did a toothbrush spatter.
Maybe you did. I mean, who's to say Matthew Cheeseman followed your tutorial?
Christopher Perry, this is one of the few Legion expansions I don't have. This is one of the few Legion expansions I do have.
I don't have it either. So don't you worry.
Corbin the Blood Angel, yep. Those golden, the Sanguinary Guard. Like, honestly, those almost make me want to have Blood Angels just because of how badass they look. Obviously, it doesn't make much sense to collect another color of Space Marines, but...
Alex Smith, do you have any tips for painting the cloth parts of that clothing?
Of this clothing? Like
yep,
Star Wars
maybe.
Well, if you look at the last stream, I painted just about the entire pilot in 1 hour. But basically, I Zenithal primed, and then I glazed on my middle color. So on his jacket, the middle color was like a red, and then on his clothes, the middle color was a blue. And then I applied watered down black to the dark areas, and I applied some highlights of a light blue, and it all just came together. But yeah, the Zenithal was very important. I really do like the way the Star Wars is sculpted, though, with kind of harsh angles that really take the paint really well. Brett S, sup, dudes?
Hey, Brett S. Flimbo the dude. Wait, this is a talk show? Dang, Conan looks weird nowadays. Got a tan. Yeah, very different looking Conan. Oh yeah, I also learned. So he's gonna be off of TBS. That show's ending, but he's gonna be on HBO Max behind a paywall.
Nice.
Yeah,
so that's the end of Conan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, being able to find it.
I like HBO because they have all the best stuff, but it's annoying that they know they have all the best stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's priced accordingly.
It is. Yeah, they're not priced competitively because they know they're HBO.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you think this is, Quibi?
Yeah. I mean, just as good.
Oh, it's exactly as good as Quibi.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think I said this before on stream. I worked on a Quibi show pre-corona. It was some sort of like a game show that they were trying to do, and I don't know if they ever got it made.
Adam, Alchemist. Someone needs to do a basics of the basics for painting minis, like how to keep your brush clean, how to clean it after one color, how to thin paints, like basics of basics. That's not a bad idea. I'll have to rewatch. I know Goobertown Hobbies has a really good how to get into painting, although I've never watched it. Yep. But that's not a bad idea of getting really, really basic with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seems like most people start with like, okay, here's how you pick your colors and apply a glaze, and like they kind of start with after you've started. Although there's kind of no getting around the everything sucks phase. Like your first ever mini is probably gonna suck. And it will suck. The only way it doesn't suck is if you've had like years of art training already.
Yeah, that certainly helps, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Thrastus, finally we don't have to deal with Conan. I love Conan. That guy's super funny. Never watched his show once in my life, but I watched the clips on YouTube.
Happy Heretic. What time is Ellen scheduled to call in?
Ah, that'd be great.
Yeah, she's coming in at 11. So a little later in the stream, but it's going to be fun.
Simon the Miles Monkey. Thanks for reminding me of the fever dream known as Quibi.
Oh yeah, super fun.
Prussian Blue. My first mini didn't suck. That's just like your opinion, man. My first
Happy
mini
Heretic.
sucked.
Happy Heretic. Embrace the ass.
A lot of my first army sucked. Daft joke. There are literally a ton of videos covering basics on YouTube. Yeah, maybe it's because I don't watch a lot of tutorials anymore, so maybe I'm just out of the loop. But like, that's not. I don't think I've ever seen anyone touch on like how to hold a brush, how to wash a brush in between colors. Because like I'm a big dummy when it comes to computers, and so I always try to follow tutorials on YouTube. And if they don't hold my hand and show me exactly what to click on slowly, I cannot follow it. If they gloss over one click that everyone in the world knows except me, I'll be lost. I'm like, wait, you're supposed to hit menu before you hit...
Right, exactly.
So, yeah, I feel for the dummies
symbols,
because I'm usually one of them.
Or the symbols that don't have any name near them or make sense.
You know, they're hitting an F key.
Yeah. All right, now hit function 7.
Simon the Monomized Monkey. Both Squidmar and Miniac have good brush care videos. Yeah, but I like when everything is in one spot. Like, I know everyone has the videos, but I feel like they're a little spread out. Like, I watched, although I watched Midwinter Mini's brush care video, tried it, and I ruined a brush. It could be, though, that brush was just too far gone, but it was working fine for me, and then I tried out his brush care thing, and then all of a sudden none of the bristles wanted to behave. Corbin the Blood Angel.
Simon the Lobotomized Monkey. So first, you need to turn on the computer.
Literally, though, because it's so aggravating to me.
Right.
Especially because it's always a little trickier than you think. Like, because I was learning Blender, and there's 10 trillion buttons, and if he just says, okay, now go over, what is it, like insert like pre-established geometry, and if he just says that instead of showing me, there's no way. Even though that's like the simplest thing to do in Blender and everyone should know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I could totally relate to wanting a video that lays everything out in absolute simplest terms.
Like upsetting amount of detail for each thing.
I always just assume you hold a brush like how you use chopsticks. Poorly. The only thing is, I feel like everybody holds a brush pretty much like how they hold a pencil. I hold a brush exactly like I hold a pencil. I know Goobs has a very particular... Here, let me get this camera.
Particular grip.
So you can see my hand. Boop. So Goob, he does a thing where he kind of rests like the meat of his hand near the model, and then he's kind of got his brush up and arching down. I hold the brush like I hold a pencil in the 3 fingers, but not in the 3-fingered grip that most humans do it. I have everything up, and I feel like most people have the classic, proper, the way they teach you in school, 3-finger grip with the brush leaning on the meat of the hand. So I guess though that would be what to say is you hold the brush like you hold a pencil, like you hold a pencil.
Mm-hmm. I like that when you said meat.
Game Canary YouTube. How dare you suggest that our Lord Midwinter Mini could be at fault? My brush was probably just too far gone or just not gonna work for that.
Michael Spitz. Why is Jay describing my entire high school English experience?
the distraction. I choke way up on the brush. Oh, it'd be really funny if I like chalked my hands to hold a brush. Or it would be horrible if I took one of those pool cue chalks and I just shoved the bristles into it and scrub around.
Brutus, Jay doesn't do it like most people, because most people hold the brush in the right hand.
Yeah, I'm a lefty.
Dr. Drokel, anyone who holds a brush like Goob also holds a fork with their whole hand palm down. I mean, yeah, I would say so. It's really interesting to watch like some of his beginning videos and watch some of his newer stuff, because he's gotten so much better at painting.
Oh yeah.
Throughout his time doing it. It's pretty wild.
And I think when he first started, I think it would be fair to say he was bad at painting. And now he's pretty good.
He's pretty good.
Kino Kinones, after staring at Titus Andronicus, I learned to paint with my wrists.
I don't know what that means.
Prussian Blue, question, do heavy weapon teams get to fire their heavy weapons and their assistance las guns in one turn? I didn't even know they were allowed to fire the las guns. I thought they only fired the heavy weapons. I know in Kill Team you're allowed to shoot with whatever guns you have, but the restrictions are you're allowed to shoot with however many guns you have, but then the restrictions for the guns is you can only ever shoot one, or you can only shoot the pistol, and then you can't shoot any other guns, or you can shoot any other guns, but then you can't shoot the pistols. I'm gonna guess you can't, but are 6 extra las gun shots gonna win the day?
Alex Smith. Yes, you can shoot the las too, but it's only 24-inch range.
It'd be great if your 9 auto gun shots completely whiff, and then the couple of las gun shots will hit, just kill it.
I mean, that sounds like Orcs in a nutshell.
Mm-hmm.
Your Ludas, your flash do nothing. Your just normal guns kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, though? The entire time we've played Kill Team, I don't think my normal guns have done anything.
Yeah, it might have happened once. You took out one wound off of Primaris.
I think I've gotten to that phase, but you've always made it an honor
yeah,
save.
Probably. I mean, it's really, it's a hitting on 5s and 6s, usually 6s. And
right.
Then, it best chances a 4-up, and then I save it on a 3-up.
Right. It is very fun being able to shoot.
Mm-hmm. Prussian Blue, I kinda want to run just like max heavy weapon squads with las cannons and keep them all together just to eliminate everything with extreme prejudice. I really wish that they either made Sentinels cheaper or better, because I love the Sentinels. I almost wish that there was a new unit called an auxiliary or a combined squad of guardsmen, so that you could do things like take one sentinel in a squad of guardsmen. Because I feel like usually the sentinel platform is a little bit too pricey for what it is. You're paying a lot for the robot body that a kind of average gun sits on. And since it's one of the coolest models in 40k, I feel like it doesn't quite get the love it deserves in people's lists, because it's not amazing. It's not quite as good as a tank, and it's not as cheap as a heavy weapon squad.
Corbin the Blood Angel. What the fuck, Nick? Every time Jay about to read my comment, you park up. It was a good comment. Come on. I know. We both hear the.
Oh, your Tau Dick comment.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll find it. I'll find it. Corbin the Blood Angel.
We both hear the pause, and we both say stuff at the same time because we're connected through some sort of weird energy.
Yeah. Let's play What Up With Those Dicks. Are the aliens' penises in Star Wars like Tau, or maybe they are like super tiny like mine, or maybe like they're so huge they don't work like Orps, and also like mine. I didn't know that the Tau had dicks. That might just be fan fiction. But
fan diction?
I assume all Star Wars aliens are humans from the neck down.
Yeah, that's a safe bet.
You know, sometimes they're different colors. So like a different colored penis.
Different colored penis. That is quite the way to put it. Michael Spitz. Jay just said Primaris, so is his secret kill team Space Marines? No, his normal one is.
maybe my secret one is too. Wouldn't that be? That would be very uninteresting.
That would be.
It'd probably be a different color of Space Marines, though.
And that's the kind of content that you get here on Eon's Battle live streams.
Yeah! El Rondario, so how many people went to their local game store after work today to get the Necromunda weapons and head upgrade sprues, only to find none because the people that didn't work today bought them all up?
Ah, those probably lazy fucks.
It is kind of cool, though. I think, because I want to say that the upgrades that came from Forge World were 30, and now Games Workshop has put out plastics for 25. So
how many people took off work to go to the store to get it? Do you think
they took off a whole day's of work to spend $25?
Maybe even just a half day.
That's true. Lunch. They just raced to the store at lunch.
Yeah, they could have. That's kind of a funny, like a fun thought.
Atomic Alchemist. Not sure how I broke my foot last week, so that was fun. Question for EOB: which do you prefer painting? 40k minis, fantasy, Age of Sigmar? Age of Sigmar looks like a lot of fun, but I've never painted a mini from that. Don't care at all about Warhammer Fantasy Battles. 40k is lots of fun. I like 40k.
There you have it. Kristen's down. Oh, yeah, this is a great point. It is Saturday. Lots of people have the day off.
Ah, yep. That is a good point.
About that. Didn't even think about it. Every day is the same day to me.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
I wish 40k had dire chasms like teams, like kill teams. But I think it's really interesting that that Games Workshop undercut Forge World and did it cheaper.
Cameron Garside, are we supposed to play the games with miniatures? Yeah, usually. Usually, that's probably a good idea. I mean, I guess you could play with bottle caps and paper.
Corbin the Blood Angel. So, if y'all finish the mini early, what are you all going to do for like an hour and a half? Well, I mean, after this, I still have a whole nother guy and all the guns. And I'm going to do more weathering on the vehicle. So there's still plenty left. It will be finished soonish, though.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to put out another
poll.
Another poll for the Patreon.
Yeah, all the models I paint are chosen by the patrons over on our Patreon.
Exactly.
One of the many perks of being a patron.
Exactly. And speaking of perks, it is 9:30.
Oh my god.
So if anyone wants to call in, make sure you join the Discord. Okay, we got 2 requests already. You join the Discord, and you raise your hand, and then I can add you in. And okay, so Jubles is gonna be the first person. So I'm gonna invite you to speak, and then you have to accept my invite to be a part of it. Hello, you're on the air.
Hear me. Hello.
Hey.
Hey. So I'm here. Absolute.
Sounds
Wait,
like you're
Jules,
cracking up a little bit.
you're cracking up a little.
Am I cracking up? Hold on.
Okay,
Try
it
and
sounds
get
like...
closer.
Sounds like you did it. All right.
Hey.
Perfect. What's up?
So basically, I'm assembling a 10 heads army right now with a Grot Mob auxiliary. So I want 3 mech guns in the Grot Mob and like 4 in the 10 heads armor, and that would cost $350. 7.
Yeah, the tractors are crazy expensive. There's a chance you might be lucky on eBay. There used to be a unit called the Grot Zuka, or the Grot Cannon. Remember, it was a Forge World model?
Yes, I remember that.
You might be able to find some of those floating around eBay for cheap. And it's the same thing. It just doesn't look as sexy as the new kits.
I've also gun for a possible.
Oh no, Jubles, you're breaking up. We're not hearing
You're
you.
breaking up.
I was also looking at the original Grot Big Gun from like old Warhammer.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be a good idea.
For like, but
I mean, the great thing about orcs is that they love kit bashing and stealing. So if you find a cool looking cannon from another game system, or just another something from Age of Sigmar, maybe something from those the Age of Sigmar floaty steampunk dwarves. Although those kits are probably expensive too because they're newer.
You could maybe get a battle wagon. You get the cannon off the battle wagon. You could kit bash that into something. But all right. I think we're gonna move on.
all right.
I'm gonna add someone else.
Later.
All right. Beautiful. All right. We're
Oh, Nick's cracking up a little.
Uh-oh. Hello.
Canary.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great. So
What's up?
I have 2 questions, and I'll probably have infinity more by the time this is over. But so the first one is, what is the least fun model you've ever painted?
I didn't have much fun painting that the Legion of the Damned. I wasn't super jazzed picking it because I don't know, it's metal, it's crunchy. I wasn't in the mood to paint a squatty Space Marine now that the Primaris looks so sexy. But usually I really enjoy painting.
Yeah,
Nick?
mine was probably my 69th Orc Boy, and then every Orc Boy after that. Gets a little
you always
repetitive.
have 69.
Exactly. I mean, I have squads of 69. I mean, you can't, but I like to pretend.
And my second question is, so I currently only get like $25 allowance. Do you know any good way to get more Warhammer money?
I mean, if you save up for 3 weeks or a bunch of weeks, you might be able to get yourself a 3D printer.
I mean, not weeks, I mean months.
Months? Well, I don't know, find a job.
25 a month.
Mow lawns.
You could mow lawns.
I mean, there must be some way to make money within a month.
You could do OnlyFans. Probably can't do that, but
No. Yeah, they check.
Let's see. I mean, what we did back in high school was kind of wild. Was we saved up money, and then we bought Warhammer armies, like giant Warhammer armies. We stripped them and resold them on eBay for
That's
like double or triple the price. We used to do that, and that actually paid for a lot of our camera equipment early on. So that works, but you got to have capital up front.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Was yours that I paint up like box sets as ultramarines and then sell them to people who can't paint?
It's a little. I think I would steer away from painting models and trying to sell the painted models, because usually people want to paint them themselves, and they're gonna probably want a discount if it's painted. You could probably charge a little more if they were unpainted. It seems a little backwards, but most people don't care about. They don't want to spend a lot of money buying pro painted stuff unless they're getting it commissioned themselves, and they're talking with the artist and telling them exactly what they want for their lots and lots of money. So you usually want to buy painted, strip it all, and then sell it gray plastic.
Right, because you're selling the idea of maybe painting it. You're selling that idea to somebody for slightly cheaper than buying a new box and everything. A bunch of people say drugs and crime.
Drugs and crime.
That. But yeah, it is. Oh, this is good. Rent a pressure washer. Go door to door to a rich neighborhood. Offer to wash their driveway. I mean, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's a pretty good idea. Mow some lawns.
Walking dogs. When I was a little kid, I got 25 cents a day for walking the neighbor dog.
Jeez. those old people.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Canary.
Guess those options. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Finian brings up that a pressure wash would be too much money.
That is true.
Steal the pressure washer, then go from there.
Yeah, that's true. It is. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the Warhammer armies that worked. Remember, we bought a giant Imperial Guard army,
and
we
Tyranids,
sold.
I think.
Yeah, and Tyranids and Dark Eldar.
And Dark, yeah.
That Imperial Guard army, we bought it and we sold a half of it to one of our friends, and that actually paid for the whole army.
Yeah.
So
and we only sold him a little bit of it.
Yeah, we only sold him a little. Yeah, we didn't even sell half, and then we took the rest of it and sold the rest of it on eBay once it was stripped. I used to do this trick, and I would tell people in the description that they were pre-primed, but if it didn't work out in terms of stripping, I would just prime over them.
Yep.
So they looked perfect.
Yeah, you'd prime them in Games Workshop Gray.
Yeah, exactly.
Buyer beware.
I would say, they're primed in gray, ready for you to paint. That was my selling point.
Mm-hmm.
They were ready to go. But yeah, it is hard. It is hard to make, like, if you have no money, it's hard to make a little bit of cash.
Yeah. Start a YouTube channel about anything but wargaming. It's a good way to make money.
Mm-hmm. I know some people said live streaming. But honestly, that was a really good question.
Yeah.
That's something that really could apply to anyone. But should we add someone?
Absolutely.
All right, let's add.
I hope we get a troll.
Don't
Flimbo
say
the
that.
dude. Flimbo the dude. This is definitely gonna be a troll.
Yeah. All right, you're invited to speak, Flimbo the dude. Oh. Here, I'll add you again. There we go.
Hello. What is this thing
Hello.
on?
Welcome.
Oh, wow. The Nick. Oh, hey, Jay.
Hi.
What's up? By the way, I was wondering, do you guys do anything specific to your kill teams to make them, like, very specifically, like, they're the kill team, or just take whatever from your army and just use that and just say, yeah, it's whatever?
I would like to have perfect put together kill teams, but mostly it's been take stuff from other armies.
Yeah, that's how my orcs are. Although my secret kill team is going to be a little different. That's going to be
secretive. Look at you.
I know, I'm special.
My
one's going to be more specific.
My Plague Marine kill team was all bought for kill team and built for kill team, but that's the only one so far, really. I guess my Space Marines, although half of it I don't take anymore because Reavers suck in kill team.
Yeah. I was I was asking because I was thinking of getting more Plague Marines and then making that like the specific loadout that I usually use, and then like kind of giving them special markings on their armor or something to make them look a little neat,
Ah, that'd be cool.
make them stand out. But big things, not like they're gonna last long because my friend's warp flamers, but that doesn't matter too much.
Well, Jay, your Space Marine kill team is unique, and I mean, there's markings on them and stuff that you gave them.
They're green, whereas my normal Space Marines are Black Templar. The tricky thing with kill team, it almost should be command roster. Because if you just build a kill team and you always bring the same kill team, then half the time you'll probably be in a good spot, and half the time you'll be like destined for failure. Like if you bring all flamers against Space Marines, it's not gonna be good.
Oh yeah, that's how it'd be.
And if you bring all Meltas against Orcs, it's not gonna be good.
That's how it'd be.
You want the options.
Yeah. Especially, like, they always, like, recommend that you, like, name each individual guy, and it's supposed to be like, oh, you're supposed to get personal, and it's just like, no, they're gonna die. I don't want to get attached.
I like the name generator. I think it's fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun, especially because, like, some of the names are just, like, really just clearly just, like, a jumble of, like, synonym, like,
And
just
fake
a
Latin.
jumble of sounds. Yeah.
I name every single one of my orcs. Like some of them are sortie down, some of them are sortie up. That's how I. That's
And it
how I
describes
distinguish.
what the model looks
Oh
like.
man, that's good. I especially love just the difference between like each like faction's like naming generator things. Like hold on, I think like Space Marines have like really fancy names, and you get to orcs and it's just like the Gruggo or something. It's just like someone had a lot of fun making that, which is nice,
Mm-hmm.
And they got that thing where you can like give them like special demeanors, which literally add nothing to the game, but it's
Yeah,
alright.
they don't.
Yeah,
But it's good.
it's cute though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a great way to do a little role playing where I feel like you don't get that in 40K.
Yeah,
Games
definitely.
Workshop Games, home of the least sexy role playing this side of the Mississippi.
Oh yeah, baby. But yeah, especially the role playing part, because like I think it's like an unspoken thing that like my friend's Thousand Sons. I think I've talked about him in the past. The one that constantly kills me.
Uh-huh.
They kind of have like an unspoken rivalry. I think I've discussed in the past. I don't know if he knows it, but I sure know it. Notice me. But anyway, Jay, you were making fat stacks with that with walking them dogs, little boy.
Yeah.
Making that fat money, making that candy money.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
You
I
deserve
did
more
misspoke.
attention.
It wasn't. We thought we were going to get 25 cents a day. It turns out that I was going to get $5 a day, but I had to split that with my little sister because we both walked the dogs.
Dang. Okay.
So yeah, it was actually some money.
Yeah.
But my
How
mom,
much is that? Like two Snickers bars?
Two Snickers bars worth of money.
Yeah.
I guess
Dang,
4 if you
dude.
split them.
I think the
Yeah,
people I
man,
was
for
working,
real.
I got lucky. I think the people who worked at Abbott, which is like a local laboratory. So they were nice, and they had two big
Yeah.
dogs that this little tiny me and my sister walked.
Oh, that sounds adorable as well as scary.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh wait, oh yeah, my friend from my school, Miguel, he apparently made $300 in a fist fight. At the age
It's a
of 12.
it's a great way to make money.
At the age of 12,
You hear that, Canary?
he made $300, and now he makes like $200 from like playing poker. we're like high school. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's like dang, dude, you got more money than I own.
That's
It
pretty
just
hilarious.
like you get, yeah, and it's I remember hearing that, and it's like, yeah, man, I get $300, and I just thought like I could buy like 3 40K things with that.
Yeah,
That is very
you
true.
could buy like 1.5
So-
Mortarians.
It's like wow, and so it's like imagine just like getting really bulky and learning how to fight, and then they ask you like why you did all this. It's like, oh, I just wanted a Mortarion, dude.
Yeah.
I really wanted him, man.
That's pretty great.
Yeah. I think
Well-
you deserve more attention. You get nothing.
I know. I've been saying that for years.
Too bad no one listens.
I know. Well, I mean, that's life.
Yeah, that's how it be.
But speaking of life,
Yeah.
I think
Thanks
I think
for
we're
having me.
yeah. Thanks for joining, and yeah, join back soon.
If anyone's watching
Yeah.
me paint, I'm doing eyeballs.
Ooh, fancy.
All right, I'm gonna move you to audience.
All right. Thank
See ya. All right, Dr. Drokel. By split with his little sister, he means he told her they got 25 cents and then split that. You know, this damn Jay out there making coin. I got a real job, and then my parents demand my money.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Cheeseman, do you need 20 guys for kill team?
You don't need 20, but I would say having like options, like you know, Space Marines. You're probably gonna want some really good damage weapons, so meltas, plasmas. But against like lower toughness stuff like guard, orcs, Sisters of Battle, you're gonna want flamers and stuff that deals really good volume of shots. I would say just having those two options. Oh, and probably a couple of melee options, because there are some missions that require you to do melee. And if you just have no melee whatsoever, you're just going to lose.
Yeah, that is true.
So I would say
Varied options.
have some options. You don't need to fill up 20, but like most kill teams are around like 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. I'd say probably have 10 or 12, unless you're orcs. Yeah, if you're orcs, what's the minimum 12, most is 20.
All right. Well, should we add another person?
Yeah.
Let's add Power Surge because he's a Patreon supporter.
Yeah. Favoritism.
Yep. So I'm gonna invite you to speak. Please accept that invitation. There you have it.
Hey, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so first of all, excuse me, because I'm on my phone, so if I get a phone call, it's just going to drop immediately.
Perfect.
Just a heads up. Second, I'm going to try not to curse, which is really hard. Okay? So, yeah, man, I just recently, on my day off, on Tuesday, I found out that one of my local stores that I didn't even know existed is open, and they're doing 40K nights.
Oh, that's
on
sweet.
Wednesdays and Saturdays. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped up about it. Apparently Saturdays they're doing like newbies, like newbie nights.
That's great.
And yeah, so I'm thinking about jumping into it and checking it out. Like I said, I've never played. Even though I got like over 3K worth of Space Marines, I have not played a single match.
That's usually how it goes.
Telling you, it's crack. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. I've played a lot of games with my Space Marines. I've played maybe 3 games with my Gene Stealer cult. I played a bunch of games with my Necrons. My Death Watch have never seen combat. My Knight has been in one single game.
Yeah,
it happens.
It's weird because like I've never like I don't have problems socializing. Like I've gone to clubs. I worked at bars and you name it. But the thing is that it's like I've never done anything like this. Like go to like a game shop and play with people, and it's like for some reason it feels like really, really weird. Like I'm nervous about it. I don't even know why. I shouldn't be nervous, but for some reason I'm nervous about just walking in and playing. Is that weird?
No, that's not weird.
No.
I've only done it once.
I'm very confident in general, mind you. I'm very confident, but for some reason that specific thing, I have like. I don't know. It's like,
right,
it's a little bit of nervousness.
Yeah, you've talked me into it. That is weird.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I get it. I remember when we went to that game store. It was you, me, and Sean.
Yeah.
And I played with Sean, but you played with a random person, and I
did.
couldn't even possibly imagine doing that. Like that would be weird, especially when you haven't played the game before. You feel like you don't know what you're talking about. And so that's kind of frightening. But I feel like most people are just there to have fun. You're there to have fun. I think people will be able to work with you to figure it out. So I don't really think you have anything to worry about.
And I think you should definitely like help the other person to have a good time, like because they might not know. Like if you play orcs, they might not know orcs, and so you should say like, "Oh, I got some." If they ask about a unit, be like, "Oh yeah, these guys are really good at combat," or if you're like, oh yeah, this guy has a great shooting attack, and just kind of make sure that they're aware. Because the worst case scenario is just a game played in silence, and you just say,
Yeah.
all right, take 3 armor saves. That.
So what I'm thinking about doing is maybe, I don't know, I'm just kind of like thinking right now. It's like maybe go the first night and just chill. Don't even play. Just watch and talk crap with people. And, you know, as I get more comfortable with people and talking to them, maybe then in my second night, you know, pull out the miniatures.
Yeah, that's a
And
great
apparently,
idea.
half of the people there don't paint. Like, more than half of the people don't paint their stuff, apparently. That's the owner told me. So that's going to be interesting.
Well, if you like
for
painting,
sure.
maybe there's a little commission business out there for you.
That's true.
Hey, who knows,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
But yeah, awesome, man. Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely just gonna dip out now, man.
All
But I
right.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
that's
question.
Thank you, guys.
I wouldn't even thought of that. That's a great idea. Just coming in to hang out, and then like you meet Andy, and then you and Andy decide you're gonna play next weekends, or you just get the ropes of like how do you saddle up to someone and be like, yo, I got 15K of sisters. You want to throw down?
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, that was a great question.
Yeah.
Brett S. At Power Surge, I feel exactly the same way. Playing with friends is easy. Playing with a random 16-year-old kid at the shop is just weird.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Akino Kinode's number one rule in life: pretend like you know what you're doing and try to have a good time.
And you know what?
Yeah,
if you're
exactly.
really nervous, just imagine them naked. I hear that's a great trick.
Well, if they're over 18, but
Yeah.
yeah. Beautiful. All right, let's add the next person. All right, let's add Prussian Blue. So I'm going to invite you to speak. And there you go. It looks like you're muted, Prussian Blue. There you go.
All right. Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Hey, okay. So I had a question about, so what do you people think is the future for both Guard and potentially Renegades and Heretics? Because obviously, since 2018, Renegades have been discontinued from Forge World. So I want to know what you guys think about how that's going to be in the future, especially with the new Cadians.
I see one of two things happening. I see either Chaos Guard are dead, and one day Guard will get a good update, or they'll make it so that Guard can be either Guard or Chaos Guard. Like, Space Marines used to be a little bit like that, where every single Space Marine kit had a Chaos equivalent. And so they might try to do something like that, although they're probably not going to update any of the Guard tanks because they're already great and not that old. So, yeah, Chaos Guard's probably dead.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, because obviously I'm trying to start Renegades and Heretics alongside my Death Guard. Looking at the rule sets for Renegades, or not their rule sets, but the actual units, apart from a handful of things like Marauders or Enforcers, most of it's Guard stuff just with a new skin.
Yeah.
Like, except for, they can take Stubbers as a heavy weapons team, but like their militia all take blast guns or auto guns with, 2 specials and that sort of stuff. So it's a little bit strange that they get not even a rule set, especially for something that's such a big part in the lore.
Yeah, it is a big part. Although the Chaos Space Marines swoop in and they steal all the glory from, a planet has been besieged by Chaos Guard for like 10 years, and then the Chaos Space Marines show up and just win the day and hog all the glory.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just too close to standard Guard.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so is Chaos Space Marines and Space Marines, but they made them a little different, and I'm sure they sold way better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
Well, one of the things.
No, you go.
Go ahead.
Well, like one of the things that is noticeably different with So I remember like a couple weeks ago, I suggested potential rules for Trader Guard.
Yeah.
Before I knew about Renegades and Heretics as much as I do now. And how I remember, Jay, you mentioned the whole, like, it's not that great, like the whole invulnerable or the higher toughness for Nurgle Guardsmen sort of deal. It might be a little much.
Yeah.
I actually looked into it. Renegades have 4 different covenants, and one of them is Nurgle, and basically what that does is all of them are small. Like the corn ones obviously get extra strength to be charged. Slanesh ones get when they advance, they get to roll 3 dice and discard lowest, that sort of stuff. But Nurgle get a 6-up invuln save against anything that's strength 4 or less.
Oh god, that sounds like a 6th edition rule. That sounds exactly like the type of rules written for that
it's weird,
particular
they were written
version.
in 7th.
Huh. Oh, 7th was kind of 7th was just a hyper 6.
Hyper 6.
It was 6th edition was
6+.
so bizarre with the rules. I mean, there was an entire page of rules for tank shocking that never did anything. But yeah, most of the things that are specific to a certain type of damage threshold is just a holdover from when there was damage threshold, when everything couldn't wound everything. Which I'm glad that it's gone, but it did allow a little bit more granular edits to things. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Trader Guard are just Guard. My mind could probably be changed with some interesting rules or some interesting unit ideas. And I do know those Forge World models. They were pretty dope. I particularly liked the Chaos Ogren. But
oh yeah. I'm gonna try to procure some recasts and then recast those recasts.
I'm not saying to buy recasts. I would never ever say to definitely buy.
So okay.
I would definitely not say definitely buy recasts of those models. I am not saying to absolutely go ahead and buy them.
Exactly. I agree.
Totally.
Have you played with your rule set yet? Have you tried it out?
Okay, I have not played it yet. I've played a couple games of Kill Team with my Death Guard, and I've played 1 or 2 with the First Strike starter set when I first got that. Right now, I'm trying to build a 500-point list with about 3 squads of militia, 1 warlord, 1 command squad, 1 marauder squad, and then 2 sentinels and 2 heavy weapon squads.
Yeah, sentinels.
But that's what I'm trying to do. The whole idea is like there's going to be 3 mortars that just kind of hang back and provide fire. Then I'm going to have like 2 autocannons and a las gun to take heavy stuff.
It sounds like a lot, but for Guard, that's probably just 500 points.
It is. It's like 499.
Yeah.
And then the Sentinels are kind of just there to run around, because one of the things with the Renegades is probably one of the reasons why they're really bad, is they have random leadership. They have something called uncertain worth. So you roll a d6 and add 2 for their leadership. So they could have a leadership as low as 3 or something as high as 8. So basically, something that's cool is that the enforcer models and like what enforcers did was if you're gonna flee, you could just choose to shoot. I think it was like 1 or 2 models, and then the unit would stay.
I mean that's classic commissar thing.
Yeah, and like it fits because like I'm pretty sure that was like something that was mentioned quite a bit in like the whole Vax trilogy. That was what they did. So it's like little fluffy stuff like that is just I wish there was more of in 40K. I feel like that's starting to go away.
It's hard to say if it's going away. I mean, there's always been a disconnect between the rules and the lore. Because, 20 Space Marines should be able to take on any sized army of anything. But really, you need 60 Space Marines and they all die every game. Which would never happen.
It's because they don't get the speed.
In the lore,
books, they're super fast.
Mm-hmm. In the lore, Custodians have never lost a battle ever. But that doesn't work so well in a tabletop game.
In the lore, they used to not wear armor.
Mm-hmm. Well, armor would just slow them down.
I say the same thing about clothes. Exact same thing about clothes.
That's actually why Nick doesn't have a camera. Because he's always nude.
I am always nude. I'm nude right now.
Nice.
Yeah, how does that make you feel? All right. Well, thank you, Prussian Blue, for that question. That's very interesting. And yeah, we'll see you around.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. I got to move you to audience.
one day I might have a guard army, but it'd probably be a Gene Stealer cult pretending to be guard. So they would all have the Gene Stealer cult heads, and there'd be Gene Stealer symbols painted on all the vehicles. But when people ask, I would always be like, no, absolutely, they're loyal to the Emperor. They're completely nice and perfect. How dare you call them filthy Xenos? They're the most loyal guard chapter in the Imperium.
Yeah. Matthew Cheeseman. Not that I've actually played ninth. Me either. I've only played
I have the rules.
Yep.
I could play.
That's true. I mean, how many games of eighth do you think we've played?
Maybe 10.
10? Less than... Yeah.
I got a couple
Carson
extra games
Underwood.
towards the tail end of eighth.
That's true. That is true. Carson Underwood, I have secured the Space Marines, and now I just have to wait 25 days to get them. Nice. All right. Should we add someone?
Yeah.
We're gonna add Flying T. So I'm gonna invite you, and then accept my invite. Hello.
Nikki.
Yeah, you're a little quiet.
Yeah, it's the mic. It's not me. But alright, how you guys doing? How you doing?
We're doing good. What's up?
Alright, good. So I can ask you a few questions.
All right.
Another one. Who do you think has the biggest schlong out of all the Primarchs?
Out of all the Primarchs?
Yeah, who has the biggest schlong?
God, that is hard. I mean, they're all so small, probably. It's hard to say. Would it be a loyalist? Would it be a heretic?
I don't know. My bet's on Magnus, but
Magnus, probably. Yeah. Well, Magnus is such a nerd, though.
But I mean, the name is Magnus, though. It's not like Magnum. It just feels. It feels like he has big dick energy.
You know what? I could be. Yeah, that could work. Magnus, the red.
yeah. This is body type would suggest, but
I'm glad that we're asking the hard. I'm glad that we're asking the hard-hitting questions.
I mean, in the new lore, Gilliman has like the Eldar suits. I wonder if the Eldar suit has enhanced any of his other superhuman abilities.
Don't be silly. That's heretical.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
also another question is, how do I paint a good yellow? I'm planning to paint angry marines. Little angry marines.
Yellow is very tricky. Although, do you have an airbrush?
No.
Okay, well then yellow is still tricky. But if you start with a base of a like a terracotta or a kind of darker brown, and then you work your way up to yellow, that can help. But yeah, just like if you just prime the model and then paint it yellow, it's gonna kind of look like Bumblebee yellow or Nerf gun yellow. You want your shadows to be a color that's not yellow usually a brown.
Alright. Yeah. So another question, what do you think of the Fire Warriors being more posable than a basic Space Marine?
I don't think the Fire Warriors are more posable than a basic Space Marine. I mean, their bodies and legs are all one piece. Or their torso has a pivot point, but their guns are all keyed, so you can only use certain arms with certain guns. I feel like they're about the same.
Well, it hasn't stopped me for an army that I've used to basically make a weird bunny rabbit kind of thing going on. Because don't town models just kind of remind you of rabbits of some sort?
Yeah, they kind of do.
They do have those. They actually have
With the
ears that
antenna.
you can put on them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I totally see that.
Yeah, I kind of just went with it. You believe the squats were eaten?
The squat. I mean, the squats I think got eaten by the Tyranid officially in lore.
Yeah.
I don't think the squats will come back. I don't want them back. I think dwarves are lame.
Ooh, that's a hot take right there.
Yeah, that's a
How would the dwarves not just be the guard? Like,
That is a little true.
regular humans except shorter and kind of stocky. I don't feel like there's that much room for really interesting stuff.
Yeah, I guess. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
thanks for joining us,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna move you to audience.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
You,
Oh, he did it himself. There you go.
Yeah, nice. Before you add somebody, I gotta be right back.
Oh my goodness. Taking a pee. Triggered Fryer Slayer noises. I mean, I think the Fryer Slayers are pretty cool. I do think that we don't need the dwarves in 40k, though. But they make a lot of sense in Age of Sigmar. Sarah Kitty. There's a hot take, lol. Oh, yeah. We got a real Patreon hot take. Joey Flores. Whoa, forgot there was a stream. How dare you forget? How dare you forget there was a stream? And this is a call-in stream, too. So if you want to call in and ask a question, feel free. Simon the Lobotomized Monkey. No jorts. I know. I'm also upset about the jorts. You know, what can you say?
I'm back.
Wow. Ranchu Goldfish. Nick, do you think you're gonna try Age of Sigmar? Hell yeah! I already have. I already have a bunch of Gloomspike kits. I'm all in. I'm doing it. I got the Battle Force. It's a bunch of. I don't know what the names. It's a bunch of Troggoths, and it's a bunch of
the Troggoth King
Squig Rider. Yeah, and him and Loon Boss on Squig. It's gonna be wild. Joey Flores. Maybe if the Space Wolves had jorts, maybe EOB would care. Flimbo the dude. Thanks for having me on the stream. Sorry if I was a little awkward. No, you weren't awkward. It's fun. All right, let's add another person.
Yeah.
We're gonna add Kurik Mothma. We're gonna invite you to speak, and there we go.
Hey.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no problem.
Before I ask my question, I just wanted to say something. It's going to be a little mushy, so I don't want to get like all
cute.
weird or whatever. But once you guys started doing the models and memories, like I really loved all those videos, and so I've got my group of friends who all put together models and paint and stuff. I started sharing like a WhatsApp kind of group and said, hey, I think we should all just kind of like, I was inspired by this YouTube channel. We should all post pictures of what we do with the hobby and all that kind of stuff. And it's like really grown over the last, 4 or 5 weeks since we started doing that. And it's just been awesome seeing like my group of painting buddies get together and really get inspired by each other and stuff like that when we were just sending, whatever Warhammer dang themes to each other. So
Yeah,
Nice.
and I mean that's a great idea. Because like that helps you all do it as well, and that makes it a lot more fun.
I'm glad you like Models and Memories Weekly.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we would just start like we play Warhammer, but the big thing we try to do is like to paint everything like super pretty before we play it.
Nice.
It's like you have to have it at least battle ready to put it on the table, but we like really push each other to go like above and beyond. But it's something like, so I don't think I'm like much older than you guys, but like I was in high school back when like 3rd edition was out. So that's when I really got sucked in at like 15 years old. And so, but we played up to like 5th edition. And then just kind of like graduated high school and like kind of drifted apart after college and stuff like that. But
that's what happens.
I know. But getting back together and like recently, so we picked it up like at the very, very end of 8th. Our first game was like 9th edition, like right when it dropped.
Nice.
And so we've been going at it pretty good, and Yeah, it's been awesome. So anyway, I was kind of gathering, I know you guys don't play a ton of games and stuff like that, but I've seen like through Ninth Edition they've been pushing a lot of like the narrative campaign and all that kind of stuff. And so like I'm thinking back to Third Edition, there was like, I guess we were playing more like Fourth Edition or something like that too. Like Necrons just dropped, and my buddy was playing them, and it's like the codex had very little lore. It was all like Terminator references.
Very little
then,
lore.
Like, that was kind of it.
I've read it.
Yeah. And now it's like, his new Necron codex. There's like all kinds of new rules and all this like great stuff, and we've been playing Dungeons and Dragons for the last couple of years, and so kind of going from like I'm a DM, and I'm like really trying to find that mesh like in some of the games to like, I don't need to like make a story for every single game or whatever, but I think it could be really fun. So do you have like any advice on like what the narrative play is, or like what the new campaign mode of Ninth Edition or all that kind of stuff is?
I know that that the people are really getting into the new campaign rules, that they're pretty cool. I have the 9th edition Necron Codex and I've read it. It's really interesting. I wrote a campaign that we played one game of, but one thing that would probably make it easy is you can kind of go one of two ways. You can either have one army is established and one army is on the offensive. So like for me, it was Space Marines coming to a planet that already had a Gene Stealer cult. And so the Gene Stealer cult was established, and so the Space Marines would be the underdog trying to break their way into it. Or you could have one resource that two different groups are fighting over. So that'd probably be a good place to start from. Obviously, whatever armies you guys have, like if one person's got tons of Imperial Guard and another person has tons of Necrons, then there you go, do something with that. Whichever one has more is the controlling player.
Yeah, and so... Yeah, and that was kind of, I guess, like where the question was leading to. Do you think, like, and I think it's just because I just don't know what's out there, but, like, are there books or other, like, I know they've got, like, the whatever Nurgle books that are coming out that have a couple mission packs like that, but would you, like, just say, like, just come up with whatever mission ideas, like, hey, it's, like, the Imperial Guard are trying to, keep their, like, the Necron are attacking, like, a medical facility or something like that, and then you just go from there, like.
Yeah, you probably want to keep it. I mean, I guess until you get the hang of it, because I don't know how to do this either. You probably want to keep it to as normal a game of 40k as you can, and just kind of like what I did is I just wrote like a packet that had a ton of lore in it, and then the first game was just a regular old game of 40k. But like if one person just is heavily losing, then you can maybe give them some sort of or you usually don't want to give people disadvantages. You want to give other people advantages. So if one person just keeps getting creamed, you could do something interesting like, oh, well, they can have a couple of units drop in because they were already in the city. And so you can roll a dice to see if you get another squad of something.
Sure, yeah. I like that. Awesome. Let's see. Oh, okay, and then something just totally off the wall. Just whatever, flip on it. So if you guys, I know you guys live stream a lot too, but like if you're just painting or just hanging out with friends and doing stuff, like, do you have any things like that you do every time you paint or whatever? For instance, for our group, we'll have like we try to get together once a month and just kind of do some stuff. And one of my friends always tries to find the most terrible Nicolas Cage movie to just put on. And so that's just become our little tradition of like finding these awesome like Nick Cage movies. So do you guys do anything like that?
Not really. That sounds pretty great though.
That sounds honestly amazing. I mean, what we would do is I think when it was like the last real petting party that we had was probably when we were in high school.
Yeah.
Right? So I think what we did it was like, 3, 4, 5 of us, and we would just talk shit.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And just paint and talk shit and talk about people and things we hated. Talk about like college, like what was gonna happen, like talk about life. Like that's kind of what would happen. And obviously that I think you throw on a movie and I mean that's what happens anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But
I know when me and my buddies were crazy into X-Wing, every time we would go to the store, we would go to drive. Everyone would pile into my car or my friend Fox's car, and we would drive to the friendly local game store. we'd all buy one ship because X-Wing ships were like $20, and then we would come home and play it in like 50 games because we'd play until like 3 in the morning.
Nice. Well, cool. Well, thank you guys. I'll go ahead and say like just take somebody else's call, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. Good questions and comments. All right, move you to the audience. There we have it. Yeah. Wonderful. Andy Crimson, hey folks, I'm late. Got a huge dose of nostalgia watching The Mummy.
Well, I'm glad someone's watching it.
Yeah.
Oh, The Mummy is a movie. Brendan
James Cameron
Fraser.
Clark. James Cameron Clark. I'm looking at integrating a Battlefleet Gothic campaign into a 40K narrative series.
Yeah, I mean that's super.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this on a Patreon only stream, and I think this was Andy Crimson's idea.
Mm-hmm.
Where maybe you start with like Aeronautica, you do a whole thing with that, and then that determines what happens in your 40K game.
Yeah, and then you play a kill team too.
Yeah, exactly. Like you come up with like a whole thing. That would honestly be super sick.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a lot of fun. Although you got to play Orcs, Imperial Guard, Space Marines, or Eldar to make that work. But yeah. But I love that idea. And that would be a really fun way to do some narrative play.
Mm-hmm.
If you have all the games. Speaking of all the games, should we add another person?
Absolutely.
All right, let's add Corbin the Blood Angel. I have a feeling I know what we're going to talk about. All right, I invited you. Gotta accept.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, yeah, you already knew what I was going to talk about. So, if I become a patron and donate quite a bit of money, could we have a stream where that's all we talk about is Star Wars and Warhammer 40K genitals as a series?
Boy, could we go that long on just genitals? I mean, you know, it's a deep well, but I feel like it would run dry after a couple of hours.
I don't know, that's up to y'all.
I mean, that's quite the question.
I don't know. I don't think it'll get a dedicated stream, but I mean, if we'll chip away at it here and there, and I'm sure we'll get to the bottom of everything.
That is true.
I mean, if not, any stream I'll be in, I'll always ask one of those questions.
I mean, it's a classic. I mean, now you're a staple in our live streams, asking those kinds of questions.
That's what I'm here for.
Amazing.
No, so I found something out really weird this week. So, I've been playing for about a year and a half now with my dad, and apparently not everybody always plays a whole lot, which I found weird because I play all the time. But I was talking to a girl at my school about it. We'd gotten on hobbies, and I was like, oh yeah, I play this miniature game, and I paint these models, and I'd always been a nerd. I've always collected things, but she was like, oh, you're one of those kind of people. And she said it, and I was like, I don't know if I was embarrassed or just like starstruck. It was just like, wow.
Wait, did you say it negatively or positively?
She didn't say it in a bad term, but she didn't say it in a good. She kind of made fun of it, but it was like, oh, I'm falling so down deep in this hole.
I feel like that's good that she's at least heard of it. I mean, there's been some South Park episodes.
Oh, I don't know.
It's out there a little.
Yeah, she probably didn't know like Warhammer, but she knew that miniatures D&D-ish kind of something.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is completely fair for people to make fun of this hobby.
Yes, absolutely.
Because it is.
No, I mean, I've only been playing for a year and a half, and I make fun of it all the time.
Oh yeah,
it is quite a bit of money on it, so I might as well get my joy out of it.
Right, exactly, and I feel like that's all that matters is the joy that comes from doing it. Although not to be a Chad, but every girlfriend I've ever had has thought it was the cutest, most wonderful thing in the world. So you gotta, if you're looking for
Well-
someone, that's what you got to look
Well,
for.
my stepmom thinks it's a good thing for me and my father to do together, but yeah, no, this
Yeah,
hobby
I mean-
is something else.
It's great, and I mean, spending time with family, all that kind of stuff is great.
Yeah,
I think it's better. Yeah, better than video
no, it's
games.
engulfed my life.
Yeah, I think miniatures are super great. I think more people should get into it.
It's a social thing. Like
is.
you have to physically talk to another human being and work out problems. Like that is
Yeah,
that's something
probably
special.
the hardest part for some people. I don't have that problem. I talk too much already.
Yeah. Don't we
Yeah,
all?
no. This hobby is something else. I mean, the odd thing is I heard about I had played a mobile game at a Walmart when I was little, and it was like where you control a knight. I didn't know it was 40K until a year and a half ago when I started to play.
Ah.
That was 40K.
Oh, that's
Because I remember
hilarious.
the Chaos Space Marines that you got to fight.
I mean, you find people all over who've I was a warehouse associate at Steinhoffel's. My manager had played 40K when he was a kid. So it's
Yeah, no.
it's
I
gotten
got
out
into
there.
it. Yeah, no, it has. I mean, my dad, he got into it and got me into it because his coworker, he's like in his 50s, but everywhere he's went, he's gotten people to play. And like, he works for Chuck E. Cheese, oddly enough. He does corporate headquarters.
Oh, I thought he was a
I
mascot.
get made fun of that already, so. But he got somebody to play, and then he got my dad to play, and then I started playing. And he got a third dude to play, so there's like 5 of us who play, and it's a great hobby. I mean, I enjoy it, so.
Nick, do you remember
Yeah.
that hardware store where everyone
was
played 40K?
literally- I was about to say, yeah, it was crazy. We went to this hardware store, and we just overheard the people that owned it and worked there talking about 40K.
Yeah. And that's all they do. They sell tools and they play Warhammer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, doing 2 things you love.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah. I mean, I play D&D, but Warhammer's definitely been the focus. I've been trying to get my friends to tiptoe into it because they've all played D&D with me. And I think I want to set a D&D game in the 40K universe and then slowly try and engulf them into this hobby so that they
you're gonna
have to
trick
spend
'em.
their money and then I can play with people.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great way to trick people.
It is.
I like
Yeah,
it.
and, thinking of Canary earlier, a good way to make money, I think, is you steal everybody you knows social security and like personal information. You sell that, and then maybe you'll have enough to pay like an army or maybe a half an army.
Mm-hmm. That
So
would
there
do
you
it.
go. I mean,
Options.
that's. I mean, honestly, that's probably the best advice given
It
this
is.
entire stream so far.
Yeah, steal social security numbers. There you go.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. Great
Yeah.
questions. Great comments.
2 things before I go.
Sure.
One, I think you should do mine next as the next person to come up here. He's been waiting just as long as me, and we've been
Sure.
waiting since like 9:30. Second off, Frick Fulgrim, terrible human being. Okay, well, thank y'all for having me.
All right. All right, I'm gonna move you
never
to
remember what
audience.
Fulgrim has done. He's one of the Primarchs.
Ah,
Andy Crimson, I'm eager. Oh wait, a quick question: how long does it take for gloss varnish to set? Gloss takes kind of a long time. You don't. Matte is pretty instant, but gloss you probably want to let it sit for a couple hours.
all right. Well, I'll add Warmind.
Yeah.
Like to speak. Accept my invite. There you go. You're muted. Looks like. There you go. What's up?
Test.
Yeah, there you go.
Right. Can you hear me?
Yep. Hear you.
Oh, first, my heart skipped a beat a bit. I'm honored to be on to talk to you all.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna say first, before I actually jump into my questions, is this channel single-handedly got me to buy a Predator painted in my OC chapter colors, and then list build an entire army.
Nice.
Wow, love it.
Yeah, but now on to the first question, which actually relates to this. What do you think about making a custom transfer sheet or decals? And do you have any experience of that?
I've never done it. I've seen lots of tutorials on how to do it. I mean, it seems like you buy the paper, you get a laser printer, and you print it, and then you spray it with some sort of a fixative. But I've seen some people have success with it. It looks kind of like a big pain in the butt, but it's possible. The hard thing is you're not going to get white unless you can find someone with a real nice printer who doesn't mind you putting your weird, shifty eBay paper into it.
Taking, someone rolling up. Hey, can I use your paper? Can I use your printer? I've got the shiny paper and a PDF on my phone.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's not a virus. I swear, I'm not gonna hijack it.
I actually went to a local print shop near me and to Kinko's and to FedEx, or not FedEx. Maybe it was FedEx, and none of them wanted to deal with me. They were all like, "No, we're not gonna do that."
I'm sorry for laughing, but that's just too funny.
Yeah, and they're like, "We'll do it, but you have to take off your shirt." So he decided not to do it.
Actually, so funny thing about my local store too. I remember distinctly. I was in like 3rd grade. I saw a big Blood Angel Space Marine there, and I told my mom in the car, "Hey, can we stop there? I want to know what that big man is." I don't remember the exact altercation that happened with the store owner, but I do remember after going through, he said something. It was like, "Oh, that's a Space Marine. He has 3 lungs, 2 hearts, and something else." And the one thing that stuck with me through all the years since 3rd grade into like now high school, was me saying, "Isn't that a bit excessive?" And I look back on that, knowing now being with 40K being almost an obsession. It's just funny.
In Star Trek, Klingons have redundant organs, and the chief medical officer comments that is actually a dumb thing to have happen, because apparently it just means more things can go wrong. I don't know how scientifically accurate Star Trek is, but...
Yeah, that's actually really cool. Sorry, go on.
What I wanted to bring up, on the decal question, I'm pretty sure Joey Flores was looking up this, or we were with Joey Flores on a stream where we discussed this before.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Joey Flores, if you have any other information about it, please let us know. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, me too, because I'm interested in doing that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, actually, I should ask. I'm not sure if I've heard enough, but what was your real, I guess, introduction to 40K? Or are there any funny, embarrassing memories you have of that, like me?
I know my cousin played a little Warhammer Fantasy Battles in 40K, and he showed me his models in the rulebook, and I got into it. And then a neighbor of mine, we started playing a little, and then I brought some models to school to show Nick.
Yeah, and then I got into it. Yeah, you show me a Gretchen and I'm in. Yeah. I mean, that's just how that works.
A single grot.
Yeah.
Sent down the spiral of orcs.
Exactly. Yeah, you show me a gremlin and I'm in. I mean, that's just gremlins, goblins, anything like that. I love them. But yeah, I remember one of my first times being in the Games Workshop store. I played the game with the store manager, like the demo game. And it's like it's set up so that you win. So I played the game and I won, obviously. And the store manager just deadpan, no soul in his body, was just like, "Did you have fun playing the game? Was it fun? Do you want to buy a Dark Vengeance?" Like just nothing.
Oh, that sounds like it. Even your impression of it, that just sounds soul sucking.
Yeah, he wasn't there for, so he was there for like a long time, but after we started going to the shop, he wasn't there for very long. Like
Yeah.
he was just done.
Mm.
He was just done with it. And so now, like after a couple people, now there's finally someone that's like really, really nice. He's like excited when people come in. He's just chatting with people. He's awesome. But yeah, for a little bit there, it was kind of rocky. It wasn't fun to
Yeah.
go there.
I've had short conversations with the manager of it. He seems like a nice guy, and I mean, like the first thing he said was, "Oh yeah, no, my intention is to sell you a product."
Oh yeah, that is true.
I mean, retail sounds like it sucks.
That is true.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, then again, at the same time, how bad could it really be? You're sitting in the store, and after all, you could always take a box. No one's gonna notice.
I think they do get a nice discount.
They do. And
Yeah.
but, like, think about it though. You get the same questions all the time. You have the mom coming in with her kid. Imagine that.
No matter
You know,
who comes
asking-
in, you have to be nice.
Exactly. People are annoying. Got to be nice. I mean, I think it wears on you after a while.
And then, your corporate overlord calls you up and they're not happy with how, you're like, oh, I sold this many boxes. Not enough. All right.
That's true.
Why are your profit margins so low?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why aren't you selling enough?
You got to push the new box. Yeah, but I don't care about it. Yeah, but you got to push the new box.
Hey, why haven't you sold out the Assault Intercessor kit?
Yeah, you have to sell things that you don't care about. If you don't care about the Hobbit, you're still selling it. Doesn't matter. Who cares?
If somebody calls
You're
the store
selling.
saying, how does the Storm Strike missile work for 40K, and you could care less, you have to be like, God damn it! All right, it's in this codex. Let me get it out from under the thing.
Yeah. I get where you're coming from, but there are always perks, and it's not shoplifting if you own the place.
Mhm.
That is true. Well, I think we're gonna move on to someone else. But thanks
All right.
thanks for joining. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for the questions.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, of course. I'd like to extend a grateful thank you for even having me on.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll look forward to models and minis later, and hopefully my work in EOB complete.
Hell yeah, I love it. Everyone should do EOB complete.
Yeah. Andy
All right,
Crimson.
I'm gonna move you to audience real quick.
Okay.
All right,
Andy
see ya.
Crimson. Yeah, retail fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I may have acquired a few $100s in Lego materials from my last retail location. Cough, cough. Andy Crimson,
And,
I was being criticized for not selling enough credit cards to people.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a nightmare. I know, Warmind, if you look at the chat, Jerry Flores had some advice, have some information. Depends on how you want to go with it. I've heard of services that'll do it. I mean, that's probably what you should do.
Yeah, that sounds like the
From what
best thing.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
But yeah, but you could put the decal paper in for inkjet printers. But yeah, I mean, I just think it's a nightmare. Corbin the Blood Angel. Cox. Perfect. Thank you. But speaking of Joey Flores, not to cut the line, but patrons get to cut the line.
Yeah.
And we're gonna add Chicky Nugs
Nice.
to the stream. So I'm gonna invite you to accept my invites. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
I love it.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Now, that is, of course, your real voice.
Yes.
Obviously, it does. I mean, I can't hear myself.
Sounds like you're breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry. It's just have a can on my lap that's messing with my cable, so you know how that is, right?
Oh
now
yeah.
now
Oh,
you
yeah.
sound
we
pretty
can-
good.
You sound good. You sound perfect.
It seems like everyone's
So what's
mic needs
up?
to warm up a little.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. It's odd.
Not all of us can sound like sweet, sweet marmalade. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, I'll just do this quick. I just feel a little bad, but I just want to just keep stressing that I think you really should be using a winter there, Jay.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, you're using the wrong brush.
I mean, am I even painting if it's not with the Winsor and Newton?
But I just have something I just want to ask, because I finally caved a little myself, and I got the Cursed City, but I see with the YouTube algorithm, this, and, you know, Cursed City, all the YouTubers do it at the same time. And I know you guys have that hookup, so I'm just kind of curious. Do they coordinate this? Is there any insight you can give to those who are looking from the outside into the YouTube mini world?
It's not the YouTube creators who sync up. It's just the world. Like, everyone bought Cursed City because it was hot and it was getting clicks. And sometimes trends just happen. Like a few months ago, I feel like every single wargamer put out a how to deal with hobby burnout. And
right,
usually
they were burning out
because they were burning out. Or a couple of people did a hobby burnout video and it did really well, and so a couple more people did it and they're like, "Hey, I feel burned out." So really, yeah, it's not the YouTube community. It's just the world.
Yeah. And yeah, did people get preview copies? I think a few people did.
A few people, a very few. I know Gooberton got one. I know Scott didn't get one, which was hilarious.
That is very funny.
Scott, the vampire guy, doesn't get the first Games Workshop vampires in years.
Thing is, he talks openly about it, how he doesn't like the game.
That is true.
That's what
that is
happens.
true. Yeah. Yeah, when you bring up you don't like the game and you think Space Marines suck, you're probably not endearing yourself to Games Workshop.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. We didn't get a Cursed City because I don't care about fantasy that much. It looks cool. Every model in cool. Cursed City looks really cool. And it looks like a fun game.
I know that's all fair. Just, like I said, just kind of being curious about that. I know you guys have connections that others may not when it comes to the YouTube world.
Yeah, that is true. I think it's literally just a new set. Like, I can't wait until the new orc set pops up because everyone's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
When the Aeronautica. The new Aeronautica stuff comes out with the Space Marine, what is it, Thunderfire? What is it?
Thunderhawk Gunship?
Yeah, Thunderhawk Gunship. When that comes out, there's going to be 1,000 painting videos about it. I'm calling it now.
Although I wonder, no one cares about Aeronautica currently. I wonder if no one is going to continue to care about Aeronautica, but just the Thunderhawk is going to get painted.
Yeah, I could imagine that would be the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually looking forward to the Squidmar version of that video. I'm sure it's going to be great.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That would be pretty good.
And I guess just one more before I yield whatever I got.
Sure.
Yeah, I noticed you're starting with the Rebellion here. I thought you were all sold on those droids from the Clone Wars set for Legion. What happened there?
I think I'm just going to collect all of it. I was gifted the Stormtrooper on Dewback, and then I'm like, well, I can't not buy the droids and then just not play with the Dewback. And so I bought the starter sets for the Rebels and the Stormtroopers, and I figure there's only 4 armies, buy all 4. And honestly, for the price of buying everything for Legion is pretty much the same as buying an army in 40k. That's not really even a joke.
Got myself one of those the Sabine little figurines, and it's just amazing.
Nice.
That's like $10 for an HQ.
Yeah.
And then little GW, that's like $35 for an apothecary, anything like that.
Yeah, $35 is cheap for a Games Workshop character.
Yeah.
Well, that it is, and with that, I yield it. Thank you for having me on, guys. It's always nice to be part of the stream, and I'm going to quietly kick myself out before you do it.
Oh, well, all right. Let's see. I did it. All right.
Robert Hesdowns Jr. Is y'all speaking to a Xenos? The Black Templar would like to say that is not very cash money. That does not slap.
That is
as
not
the Black
slap.
Templar are known to say.
Speaking of slapping, should we add another person?
Absolutely.
All right. Finyon, we're going to add you.
Hello, how's it going? Mic check.
Hello, yeah.
Hi, it's Finon. Finon from Ireland, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Perfect.
So
Oh,
I wanted to just say I love your guys' content, and it was so sad when you disappeared into the ether for that long extended hiatus. So your return to YouTube the past wee while is more than welcome. So everybody loves that as well.
Mm-hmm.
My question is about the EOB completes setup. So I found it super motivating to be able to, show off what I made and then show the progress, and seeing it in every video, what other people are doing and the variety of things is really inspiring. So my question is, how did you come up with that? I think it's a really good idea for motivation and stuff.
I think we a little bit stole it from Scott and then made it better. Because he always says, paint more minis! And we thought, yeah, but how do you actually do that?
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I always thought it was interesting that he's, I'm not harping on him. It's interesting that he says paint more minis, but he doesn't showcase miniatures from his community. And I know he does videos and stuff on his, for his patrons, and he used to, which I didn't even know until a month into doing EOB Complete, he used to show off a miniature in each video at the end. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah, I feel like, one of the, I don't know, I think it also just kind of worked with the challenge video, because we did that challenge where we both finished, tried to finish our armies. Well, I didn't finish, but you did. And I don't know, it was just kind of natural, have other people finish their stuff. Because it's such a problem where people buy all this crap when they don't finish it.
Yeah, and
absolutely.
And a worry of mine is always like the YouTube sphere is kind of not representative of what the average folk person is up to. Like, oh, you got to finish a model in 24 hours. We got to finish a whole army in one video. Most people just buy a kit, they work on it a little, and then it gets done, and they put it on the shelf. And so I think it's really fun to have just pictures of people's models in any stage or of any quality, because that's really what the hobby is. Like, only 50% of the people paint the models, and probably only 10% really do a great job of it. And so I love showcasing just every type of mini.
Right. And we don't, as long as if you have a before and an after, you get to be in the video.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't, I don't look for, it has to be good, there's got to be 3 colors or whatever. It makes the video, no matter what. So, because I want everybody to be involved if possible. So, and I think it kind of adds like a little layer, because you're not only finishing it for yourself, or maybe, to show off to your friends, or snap a picture, send it to your mom, but you get the clout of having it on a video. Yeah. And sometimes the videos get a lot of views, and so that one, you might be on a lot of people might see your miniatures.
Yeah, it was really nice to get. I finished some Necrons the other week, and it was nice to see it immortalized in an EOB video. That was really motivating. And Jay, like, you finished all your Necrons. They turned out so beautiful. I really love the scheme. I finished about a 2,000 point army of like Nihilak Necrons myself, and it's just the most satisfying thing in the whole world to have an actual shelf. Because I got into the hobby like in 2012 when the new Necron releases came out, and as soon as I saw the codex in the store, I was like, Egyptian undead robots, like, that's everything that I'm about. So it's been a long time coming, but finishing it up in 2021 feels good, man. It feels really good. So yeah, I think you guys have done an amazing job in motivating the community and getting people to actually put paint on plastic and get into the pile of shame that I know everybody has. Because I think, well, what do you guys think about this? So besides the community aspect of showing off what you've painted, I find that playing a game really motivates me to either improve what I've already got or like add something else to it. And I don't know what your take is on it or what your impression is from the like community head side of things, but it seems like very few people have played 40k in like the past few years, even though the rule set has been super refined and it's probably the best that it's ever been. But I think there's like 10% of people that play weekly, and then like 20% of people who've played like 3 games, and then like all the rest have played like 0 or 1 times in a store. So what's your take on that side of things, like gameplay motivation?
I feel like I'm a little bit. This might be weird or sound wrong, but I feel like I get no motivation from actually like getting models painted to play the game.
Oh.
Like with Kill Team, I play with unpainted models most of the time now. I'm just trying out new things and new stuff, and I have no motivation to get my Kill Team models that I'm playing with every week painted. I get more motivation just from like wanting to paint a model and seeing what happens and trying colors. But I think just because I love painting so much, I think most people probably do get a lot of satisfaction and enjoyment from painting the minis for gameplay, and they go home and they're like, oh, I gotta get my Corn Berserkers, I gotta get another coat of paint on them so that they can show up in style next game. But for me, I don't have that.
Yeah, no, Jay, absolutely. I think you're super painterly, just artistically motivated for that. That's definitely demonstrated in the YouTube channel over the past few years.
Yeah, it's probably art first, gaming second.
So Nick, do you want to do you get a big kick out of playing with painted minis?
Oh, absolutely. Oh.
Sorry. I don't know if you. I thought I heard my name. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Did you ask my? Did you?
Yeah, Nick first, and then Finian.
Right. Yep. So yeah, I mean, I have mostly. Well, I think like today, most of the things were painted, but nothing was based. And it is nice. It is nice having like finished models being on there, but it's fine. You know, I played so many games with bare plastic, with models barely put together, and I've had a blast either way. Mm-hmm. So it's not necessarily a motivation for me, either necessarily.
Yeah, I think playing with a whole tabletop of painted miniatures gets heralded as like this transcendent experience that'll change your life forever. But yeah, I think if there's a few unpainted models here or there, as long as it's not like a whole gray army, that kind of puts me off if I'm going to be playing with someone, unless it's like a super casual game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was one other thing. So
yeah,
Nick, when you were doing in that same challenge, that army painting challenge, when you were doing your truck, you did amazing weathering. I thought it turned out really well. Did you get any inspiration? It's been a while since I watched it, but did you get any inspiration from like armor modelers, like guys who paint tanks and stuff on YouTube, like World War II stuff, or what are your thoughts on that whole field of miniature painting in general, if you have any?
I haven't looked to do that battle wagon. I kind of just did it. I mean, I remember doing one of the first models I ever like airbrushed was the Daka Jet. So I learned a lot about how to not do it. I actually painted the Daka Jet twice, and it wasn't featured in the video. It didn't make the cut, I don't think, and it didn't get finished necessarily. And so I don't know. I just thought about like I don't want it to be gold. I don't want it to be just pure metal. I want like a really nice orange accented battle wagon. I don't know. I don't know. I think that was the first model, honestly, that I just fell in love with just doing it. Like I don't mind painting, and it is fun if there's goals, and we try to paint some of it to having a little bit done each week for Kill Team is fun. But that was the first model where I didn't look at anything. I just did it, and I didn't think about anything. I'm like, you know what? The tank is going to be orange. The wheels are going to complement it. They're going to be slightly bluish, and I'm just going to make it happen. I don't know.
Well, like, I think it turned out super good.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, and I think like what I'm really excited to do, and like right now I'm working on my Secret Kill Team, and I need to get it finished because I'm getting tired of doing it. But the next thing I really want to do is I want to paint up all those killicans and stuff, and it's going to be the same thing. Just sitting down, airbrushing it, just trying to highlight panels, just trying to just have fun with it. Because for me, it has to go a little quick, or else I just stop caring. So, and then also, and what helped too is like I only had those last 2 days to finish that battle wagon. So I had to just do it. There was no thinking. I couldn't think about it. That's the problem that I had with the boys and stuff, is I kept thinking about how I was going to do it. I kept mathing it out to try to figure out what could happen. But when I just sat down and did it, that battle egg, and that's how that really just turned out.
Yeah, well, that's a really interesting insight to just give the deadline, like it's got to be done by this point, and we'll see what we can get.
Right. And also, I needed to finish something to have a little bit of clout.
Otherwise, it'd be a total failure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I just sat down and did it.
Well, what are your guys' thoughts on like World War II modeling in general, or like historics and stuff? Because it's definitely not really featured on the channel. But do you guys think about it, or has it ever caught your interest, or are you sci-fi fantasy all the way?
I don't get much out of historical. I mean, I feel like, why do historical when you can do historical plus? Like, that's all fantasy and sci-fi is just history plus laser guns or plus magic. I feel like it's just got a leg up because it's got more fun. I mean, there's no Gretchen or Gratz in history.
That's true. That would be a problem for me.
That's fair enough. I suppose before I go, I'd like to shout out Night Shift on YouTube. Night Shift, very, very good armor modeler, very entertaining videos. And I think that there's a lot that people can learn if they're painting vehicles and stuff. He does amazing chipping techniques. He uses a lot of enamels and oils and stuff. And I think that there's a lot... Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think of him?
Wait, I want to make sure. Because he had a video blow up about chipping? Oh, no, this is someone else. It might be. I don't know. All the thumbnails for the tank and airplane guys look the same because it's just the tank painted perfectly.
Yeah.
No, this looks super cool though, and I'll totally check it out.
Yeah, no, I really like the like light chipping, dark, get the middle of it, and then he puts on like an AK interactive enamel rust wash, and then
I'm recognizing some thumbnails. I've totally watched a bunch of these videos. You know what? I totally see this interests me. Not the historical wargaming, but the building and painting a photorealistic tank or airplane. That seems super cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you like an objective goal. Like, this has to look photoreal. What needs to happen for that to happen?
Yeah. I think that there's a lot that can be learned across the different disciplines. Like the Gundam modelers in like Korea and Japan, like they do a whole, like they always use lacquers, like they always use lacquer paints and airbrush it on, and that's like a style in and of itself. And panel lining and all of that sort of thing, they always use the enamels for that. And I start seeing them drip into the miniature wargaming community, and then the YouTubers pick it up and it becomes a trend, and rightfully so. So yeah, I suppose I'll leave with this last question. I know it took up a bunch of time, but I know that you guys you do amazing blends and stuff with power swords and things using acrylic paints. But my impression from watching all of these other YouTubers and things is that blending is really the domain of oil paints, and that using acrylics to do it is just like shooting yourself in the foot. So do you have any thoughts on that, or is that something that you might look at, like using oils specifically for blending since they have the really long drying time and stuff, or are you happy with your acrylic style?
I mean, I always feel like I'm pretty happy with acrylics, although I do own a bunch of oils now for trying things out. I don't feel like I've had amazing success with my oils, but I'm gonna keep at it. I'm sure it has its place, but I don't know. Acrylic is just so quick. I mean, this guy's got some nice blendage and stuff, and I've only been at him for a few minutes, for like half an hour. Acrylic is just so, and you can't brush lick with oil. You can't have your pet in the room or else it'll die with the oils. There's drawbacks.
It is smelly.
Mm-hmm.
It is smelly.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, pros and cons.
I do like a nice oil wash. I've been doing a Prussian blue oil wash on my orcs, and I mean, I think it really looks nice.
No, we already talked to Prussian blue.
I know, but it just it really creates like these really nice dark blue shadows that I really enjoy. But that's really as far. I think honestly, that's as far as I'm ever gonna go. Maybe if I paint more if I paint more stuff, more varied stuff, more magical effects, maybe I'll get into it. But I'm okay with acrylics for right now.
Great. All right. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for everything you guys do for the community. You're the best. All the best. Take care.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you too. Thanks for joining us. All right.
I don't think oils are overhyped, but I think they're a little bit overpraised. Like, it is kind of a pain in the ass. Oils.
Yeah. Yeah, even dealing with the wash, it's a little much. It makes it feel like you're doing a little chemistry.
Yeah.
Every time you're doing it. But I don't know. Yep, everyone loves Night Shift in the
Yeah, I mean, it's great stuff.
Mm-hmm. Power Surge, I learned a lot from him. Yeah. All right. We're at the next person. Paco Boy 69. Perfect name. I'm going to invite you to speak. Hello. Can't hear you if you're talking.
Hello?
Yep, there you go.
Hi.
What's up?
Hello. I need help.
All right. What's up?
Okay. I've never had sex with a woman. This isn't... You guys laughed.
Well, yeah, I mean...
That's quite the question to have.
It is quite the question.
It's not a laughing matter, though.
Okay. I think... I think, I don't know how many painting solutions. This could be a good place for oils, actually.
No, but as maybe you might be correct on this, on that. But as a fellow Warhammer enthusiast, I thought, Warhammer has been maybe one of the stemming problems, because, like, I'm not a bad-looking guy, and, like, I got women, but, like, I just can't stop painting, you know?
I mean, I understand the feeling, like you're surrounded by ladies.
I think I'm starting to develop a sexuality for my models.
Ah.
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like painting a lot of bitty models?
A lot of what?
Like painting like the sexy lady models?
I started giving some special attention to my Eldar women guardians. And I think that might be getting some juices flowing.
Okay.
And I don't know. It's just
it definitely seems to be a big part of the hobby for a lot of people. I mean, that's half of Creature Caster's sales.
Hmm?
Is it Creature Caster or the other one? I always get those confused. Which is the company that makes like the porny models? Is it Creature Caster or?
I know one. One is Black. No, what is it? I don't know. They make really horny Tau models. Tau models are notorious.
Oh, that's War Games exclusives. That's War Game exclusives.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
I have some of them. They're pretty good.
I want to get some for my brother. Yeah. No, being serious, they are really good models. Yeah, they
are.
Nice. I actually, a real question. Do you think white, like, because I've been trying to do some white, and I heard you talking about airbrushes earlier. Do you think like white and yellows, like the real chunky ass paints, would those be better through an airbrush?
I mean, they're definitely easier with an airbrush. Yellow goes over purple really nicely. White, just being able to lay down a perfect smooth layer. I mean, I've had to do multiple layers even with an airbrush, but usually you don't want to put on pure white almost ever. Like if you were doing a White Scars army, you'd probably actually want to paint your models a very light gray or a very light blue, and then accent with pure whites. You'd probably
I've had more success with like a very light gray and blue compared to I'm trying to use this White Scar, just a pure White Scar white, and it's very hard. They're very chunky.
Yeah, I've had some luck with Games Workshop's contrast paint whites.
That might be cool. Yeah. Okay, what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to do like a real Japanese army. So,
that makes sense.
Yeah. So with the white with the main, and then the second, I'll probably just send some to the Discord. This is just for the ladies, for the ladies. Right. So white, just like a white chest plate, and then red abs, and then No, it's actually not horny at all.
No, I
Like,
get
the
it. I get it.
underneath- Yeah. Then the underneath, like what is that? The Under Armour, let's say, like the mesh parts. That's just black.
Yeah.
So it's a very like Japanese. I don't know yet. And then the guys are very samurai. They're like gold, red, and then their underneath is also like black. It's a very, it's coming together real nice. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like a solid scheme.
Yeah.
White,
Okay,
white
yeah,
is
no,
definitely hard. White, yellows, very bright colors, but are harder to do. Some colors are naturally a little easier, like blue and red. Also, blue and
Yeah,
red
red is
paints
very
tend to be pretty great, but
Yeah.
whites and yellow paints tend to suck.
Yeah, but actually, I need to know more about paints, just like more about the different types, because I know Citadel got like the technical and all the different stuff. I've just been painting with the normal base stuff, like with everything, even like layers and stuff. So I've just been just any colors. I've been rambling on. I've had a couple drinks, you know.
Nice.
A couple of them.
I mean, that's what
I'm
the
sorry.
stream's for.
Yeah, exactly.
It is fun. You know Major Kill?
Oh yeah, I know Major Kill.
Major Kill is very fun. His streams
he's
are very
fun.
fun to listen to. Yeah.
He's not my favorite
Just have
lore
those
guy,
on in the background.
but some of his just videos about 40K, like he has a great video on, is 40K losing its grim dark.
He does some like really good videos. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that.
Like,
But
he's
some
a
of his lore
genuinely
videos
great
are,
writer.
Like, a bit. Yeah, they're very good. He actually, I don't know, he did like this cartoon that was pretty funny too. Because he is kind of funny, but I find like most of his like lore shit is like kind of hard to follow. Maybe
Yeah, he almost-
sometimes he's pushing the edginess a bit too hard.
Yeah, like
Which
he.
I don't know, I'm not.
Sometimes he get into this cadence of lore joke, lore joke, lore joke, lore joke.
And it's very hard not to get old. Which is like, I feel shitty saying that because I do like him, but it's very hard not for it to get old.
Yeah, well, I mean, I go into YouTube cycles. Like, one week I'll watch nothing but I'll watch some Major Kill, and then the next week I'll watch only Voldemort, and then the next week I'll only watch Luton 09.
I love Voldemort. I actually don't like Luton that much. I think he rambles a bit too much now. I think I don't know.
It's the British voice.
Like
It's a little bit like you like. Oh, I haven't been paying attention for the last 25 minutes of this video.
Yeah, and I get I get lulled by it, and I get very bored. But Voldemort's real fucking, he's in your face about it, and he's real loud.
Mm-hmm.
And he's really good. I love him for lore.
Yeah, I love Voldemort. I wish if I could give someone 1 million subscribers, I would give it to Voldemort, because he doesn't get the love he deserves.
100%. He is like a whole family and shit. I remember he was talking about which I don't know why I'm so surprised by that. Like, I feel like that. No. He has like a whole. No, I'm not surprised by it. Now I feel bad for saying that. Yeah, I'm backpedaling. I don't know.
Well, he's like he's just an established person, and he likes this thing that's usually in the domain of the nerds and the losers.
Yeah, yeah. And he's had his whole life, and then this is kind of like a side thing, and he's like, oh, Miss Voldemort and my 3 loving children. I'm like, what the fuck? What? This man's functional.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah, it was very funny. Fuck. I forgot I was gonna ask one thing before I dipped out. So we having a wee fire, but I saw you were doing this little thing. Fuck, I really want to ask you this, and I completely forgot.
I mean, we will do this again.
We will do this again. So you can ask again.
Actually, yeah, that is true. I do want to send over some pictures of my models.
Yeah,
for them to be judged, because I don't know these jet bikes. I just kind of just dump some airbrushing on them, or not airbrush, dry brushing, and they actually turned out really nice. Oh, this is one of the things. Just a little deal that I got. I got 14 old Reavers, the ones with all the spikes and shit, a razor and a razor wing for $25 on Kijiji.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, like 14 of them, and I know jet bikes just went up a bit, so like I think they're $60 now in Canada, so it's pretty great
The
deal.
Canadian tax.
Yeah, it sucks ass. It's real bad. Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, I'm sorry I've been rambling on a bit, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's also okay, I'm saying and that's also a lot, but but you're also a very great YouTuber. I love you.
Thank you.
No, I love you. I love watching your videos. And I'm like, this guy's got such a nice smile, and he's like, this guy brings, just you real nice boy. I love you. Not in like a weird way, but
Even
I
if
love
it was
you,
weird,
pal.
it would be fun.
How about let's say both?
Okay.
We can go down that route anytime. I'd rather stay friends in that area, but if you want to force me into that area, I'm okay with it.
Well, consent is key, but
exactly.
Yeah, like I'm consenting to it, but I just want to let you know it is weird if you do force me to do this. But yeah.
All right.
I love you, pal.
So thanks for calling in.
And Nick, I'm sorry I excluded you from, not excluded you, but I feel like you weren't talking that much. I love you too, Nick.
Yeah, and Nick is also here.
Thank you. And Nick
Nick's
is also here.
I love that in the stream. Nick, you're also here.
Exactly.
People need to know.
Exactly. Well, we got more people, and we only have an hour left. So.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry I rambled a bit. I rambled a bit, everybody. Okay. Okay. Goodbye.
See ya. I'm gonna move ya. Boop. There you go. Ah, that was amazing. Paco Boy 69. All right, let's move on. All right, hopefully we can get everyone. We have 7 more people.
If no one else joins in, we can probably do it.
Yep. If no one else joins and you're not allowed to, well, we'll see. Maybe we'll have a little bit of time. All right, Darth Cinema. You're invited. Looks like you're muted. Hello? Can't hear you just yet.
Uh-oh, are we having our first technical error?
Uh-oh. First, I heard a voice for a second. I thought I did at least. I think we are. All right. I'm gonna move you to the audience, but if you figure that out, you can join back in. All right. We're gonna add Margoth Pie. So accept that.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi. I guess first time caller, not necessarily long time watcher. I started watching you guys maybe about a month or 2 ago. I just do a lot of data entry stuff, so I've been watching a lot of painting videos because recently got into the hobby and mostly been doing just the kit bashing. Haven't gotten to the painting stuff yet. And my question for you is, I know nothing about, I know lore stuff about 40k, but I know nothing about the rules. Is 53 Tzangors a lot or a little?
53 Zangors is probably a lot.
I'm being honest here because it was just, I won a couple bits auctions, and so I ended up with a bunch of Tzangors, and I was like, oh, I'm really excited, I have a bunch of guys, and then I look up the rules and it's just no, you have too many. And so I'm starting to wonder, what do I do with these guys?
They're a smidge better than cultists. I mean, you could always try to, if you got a good deal on them, you could always try to pass it on. Try to sell them for a profit and then invest, in some horrors or some seekers or flamers.
I can post a picture of them if you guys want to see them, because this is not a joke.
I mean, it's not an insane number of Zangors. It's not like I have 22,000 Zangors.
Oh, okay. Literally, I'm very I haven't played a game yet, so I don't know exactly what to do in the hobby kind of thing. It's basically just me and a friend who have a good distance, a physical distance between each other, are okay, I'm gonna build up one army, you build up another, and then a bunch of months from now we're gonna play together in a huge battle. It's okay, that sounds great. And we keep going back and forth about oh yeah, I picked up a bunch of horsemen. It's oh yeah, I picked up a bunch of pink horrors. I guess I'll throw it in the general chat.
Do you have or have obtained the Chaos Demons Codex?
No, because like we're gonna try to do. He's got Lord of the Rings figures, and I got like from Warhammer, and I got the like basically Chaos United, and we're trying to figure out like a rule set that will basically mesh the two together. Like just, yep.
You're probably
That's
gonna
like
have
our
to pick
overall
one
goal.
rule set and just have
Well, like,
one
we're
person
looking
be
into things
proxying.
like one-page rules and things like that.
Oh well, with one-page rules,
Like
I mean,
a 9-page.
wouldn't everything be proxied then? I mean, that shouldn't be a big deal at
Yeah,
all.
essentially. Yeah, but it's like I'm also looking forward to like, okay, now that I have like all these plastic miniatures, what do I do with them next? Kind of situation. And so try and figure out like, okay, like, well, I have this many of this thing, this many of this thing. Is this a thing? Is this a thing? Or should I just start kit bashing things, pranking, spying things together?
It's a little bit hard to say. I mean, a Zangor is it's going to be hard to kit bash a Zangor into something else. It is a little bit fun to have like a kind of an army of something, because like you could run Zangors as pink horrors, or another kind of horde type units, and it could make for fun games to be like, okay, I'm just going to bring 100, or I'm going to bring a huge giant blob of Zangors, and we'll just see what happens against your entire army of mixed units.
Like, the honest part that happened was that I picked the army based on how it looked, because I thought, like, oh, like, so these things, like, split into two things, which split into two other things. That means, like, they're a horde melee army, right? And then I finally get the book, and it's like, this is a spellcasting army. What are you doing? It's like, oh no, I have too many.
I don't know. That used to be how it worked with horrors. Your pink horror turned into a blue horror, and then your blue horror turned into a brimstone. I want to say they changed it so you do have to pay for the units, the spillover units.
Oh no. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of ask about the Zangors, but hey, thank you for having me on, and keep doing what you're doing. You make very enjoyable videos.
All right. Yeah, sweet.
I like the Zangors. The Zangors are really, cool. Really cool unit.
I mean, I love Zines just in general.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think you can take them to kill team.
That is true.
Is 53 a high number for kill team?
Oh yeah. Kill team's 20. Oh, you're kept at 20 models overall.
Yeah, 20 tops, and you probably only want 10 Zangors max.
But I mean, I think, what is it? It's Rubric Marines and Zangors, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you get a box of Rubric Marines, and I mean, you got a kill team right there.
Okay. Like I said, I'm trying to figure out what to do next after the big battle, and that would involve like going to other places and playing with other people. So, yeah, like I'll look into that. My next project is I definitely want to at one point have a army of soul drinkers, like the purple guys.
Soul drinker purple guys. I don't know. Is that a chaos? Is that a chaos faction? Soul drinkers.
It is a chaos faction that is convinced they are loyalists.
Oh yeah. Okay. So some space marines, some chaos space marines.
They're chaos space marines that keep walking up to people being like, no, we're loyalists. And then one of them, like, their head explodes into 5 heads. And they're like, just ignore that. So, and they have, like, a couple of novels and stuff, but I had watched a video about them. Like, they were the most interesting space marines I've seen yet, because they think they belong to the yellow guys with the fists, Imperial Fists.
A successor chapter to the Imperial Fists.
Every time they think everything is going right for them, something goes wrong. Like, their chapter master turned into a spider, another guy, like, grew a second head, and then the Imperial Fists were like, we looked at our records, we have no idea who you people are. And they're like, oh,
I mean, they still sound way more loyal than the Dark Angels.
Yeah. That. Apparently one day they just turned around and walked into the warp because they were like, okay, we're done. We can't deal with this anymore. So, I would say, look them up. They got some interesting lore, like some interesting storytelling stuff, I think. So, have a good night. I have no idea how to leave this. Is it the red button?
Yes, maybe.
Okay.
Here, I can move you to audience. How about that? There you go. All right. Well, I have to take a piss real quick, so I'll be right back.
You're gonna leave me with them?
I know. And then we'll then I think we'll add Andy Crimson because patrons get to cut the line.
Yeah.
So, but I'll be right back.
Andy Crimson, the chapter master of the Soul Drinkers has literal spider legs. That's awesome. So him and Darth Maul. Akino Kinones, it's bullshit. You can't run horrors and Zangors in the same list and kill team. That is a weird stipulation. Although I guess Zangors and horrors kind of fulfill the same role, like a cheap chaff melee unit. Can the Zangors take an auto pistol or a bolt pistol? Not a bolt pistol, an auto pistol, which is the same thing as a las pistol. So at least they get a sort of a shooting. Yeah, I do love the chapters that have that are like the cosmic underdogs. Like my favorite, one of my favorite Space Marine chapters is they were part of the 13th Cursed Founding. They're yellow, red, and whites with a checkerboarding. The Lamenters. The Lamenters are some of my favorite Space Marines. They've had nothing but bad luck for thousands of years. But my heart will always belong to the Black Templar. I love the Black Templar because they feel the most 40k of the Space Marines. Simon Lobotomized Monkey. I'm hearing a lot of heretics talking within Delta range. Quinoa Quinones. I love Lamenters, my only Marine army. Did you freehand all those shoulder pads that are not only checkerboarded, but then also have a bleeding heart symbol?
Hello.
Hi.
All right. Shall we add?
Yeah.
I see Tweepler just joined the Patreon, which I love. So, we're going to start with Andy Crimson.
Mm-hmm.
And you're next.
Oh, God. What blue did I use?
Hello.
Hi.
Awesome. Everybody can hear me. That's great. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Good.
Long time no speak, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I know, forever. Like a whole 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was sitting here waiting for varnish to dry, which is like watching paint dry. It's just a lot more boring. But I was sitting here and I was looking at them and I was wondering, what are your favorite types of models to paint? Like, do you have a preference for, say, infantry or, monstrous things, for example, or vehicles? I'm just curious, like, what y'all enjoy most.
I think I'm probably the opposite of Nick. I don't love vehicles that much. I like I like smaller units. Like I like this size and smaller. I do a lot of miniatures. I mean, I have many armies, tiny handful of vehicles.
Yeah, if all my armies could just be vehicles, that might be kind of fun. Yeah, I know in the last Models and Memories, Jay said something about the curve, the 10-hour curve of like enjoyability. I think cut that in half for me, 5 hours. I mean, and I'm a slow painter because I don't know what I am because I've done it for a long time, but I've taken a lot of breaks. I don't know if I would consider myself kind of a beginner. I'm like a step above, maybe a couple steps above beginner. So I'm slow. I can do some stuff, but it's slow. So the tanks and stuff for me, I don't know. They loosen me up. I can just do them. It's just fun. Takes a couple hours. You get to see that progress really quickly, and I just don't feel like I get that same amount of progress, or I see that same amount of progress when I paint smaller models. Also, playing orcs, you get burnt out of painting bodies.
Oh yeah, my friend Dave, he was the one that I was playing that 40k game with. He has a big wad, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, like each and every month. Like the dude is a machine whenever it comes to getting those minis painted. But even he is like, as he's painting, he's getting better and better each time, and then he looks back at his original orcs and he's like, I'm gonna have to repaint these. Like,
yeah, that is true. I mean, Yeah, you start, if you start painting stuff in like groups of 5 or 10 or whatever, the first 10 you do are going to be way worse than, the 50th 10 that you do. So, and that's a little annoying.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to give my original my original Sisters Battle, like the very first units that I bought. I'm gonna have to, like, strip them down and repaint them, reprime them, because like I made the mistake of using automotive primer on these, and it got a little bit grainy in spots. Like, it's not terrible, but it's still just like it leaves a feel.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking forward to cleaning those up.
I mean, you don't have to get every single thing off. I don't know. And depending on how thick the paint is, you might not even have to strip them. I'm very much opposed to stripping, not just because it's a pain in the ass. I'd much rather just paint over old paint.
And you're not talking about the club type of stripping, right? You don't mind doing that.
Yeah.
Don't talk about that heresy with my sisters. They're actually painted more like a red with gold flare, so if anything, they'll just be really, really angry types of sisters whenever it. I actually got a question from somebody in the chat about like what color they were primed. They were primed in a dark gray, if that means anything. So like it was just a shade darker than the gray that the plastic models are like whenever they're in sprue. But yes.
I have a question for you that's completely unrelated. So you had those elves, like those elven warriors, like for EOB complete and stuff?
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So how did you do the fog effect?
I used a vape.
I knew it. I knew it.
I think I mentioned it, but yes, I used a vape, and I was in the garage, so there's not a whole lot of like air circulation in there.
Perfect.
And I just I didn't inhale, because whenever you inhale, it kind of disperses the smoke a little bit, vape or whatever. And so it's basically like I smoked, but I did not inhale, and just blew it out slowly over there, so that way the vapor just kind of lingered.
Right.
And it'd be much better if they were based, but I wasn't allowed to base them. They were going to do that themselves. So yeah. But,
yeah, I was just curious. I mean, the picture just looked really good, and I was hoping it was a vape, and I was right.
Yeah. And what was really nice was my partner. They know nothing about mini painting, and they know just a little bit about games. But anytime I talk to them about stuff, they're just like, "Oh, please tell me more." I just love it whenever you get excited. And I sent them that finished picture. And they do a lot of like video and picture editing. They just quickly threw it in an editor for me, and then made the smoke animated.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it's just I'll go ahead and post it in the general chat, so that way like y'all can see it again. But yeah, it was just really lovely.
Yeah, I mean that is the kind of partner you want as well. Somebody that encourages it and makes it even more fun.
Yeah, but that's pretty much. I just wanted to pop in and say hi. I honestly just threw my hand up because I thought it was funny when you were like, "Oh, we might not be able to take anymore," and I was just like, but
amazing.
All right, I'm gonna get back to. I'm gonna actually take off the bottoms of these easy to build guardsmen, prime them, and then start painting them. They're still for the challenge, but I'm looking at the color scheme for the one I'm waiting on the varnish to set, and I'm like, I could probably do some other colors as well. So I'm gonna mix and match and just throw them all up in there.
Sweet, that sounds awesome.
All right, y'all take care.
Yeah,
Good
you
night.
too. All right, good night. Yep, you did it yourself. Perfect. All right, Schweepler, you're next, and thank you for staying on the line. I know it takes a long time to get through everyone. Really appreciate it.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you guys tonight?
Perfect.
Great.
It's a good night.
It is.
Absolutely. First of all, I just wanted to say, I love your guys' content. I've been on this Discord for about 3 months. Been watching every video you guys pump out. I love the work you guys are doing.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
I also blame you guys entirely for getting me back into this.
Nice.
Yep, that I've gotten that one.
Yeah, it was actually funny because I got back. I was like, okay, I want to get back into Death Guard because I bought the Dark Imperium and I forgot about it for 2 years. So, baby steps. I buy Mortarion first.
Probably one of the most challenging models Games Workshop makes.
I'm on my 35th hour with this thing.
I bet.
And it's torture. To a degree. I've bonded with it. We'll say that.
There you go.
But one of the big questions I wanted to know is because I've been spending time with this, I'm now sad to see that I'm now on like the final steps of getting it done. Is that a common thing that you guys go through? Is like you've spent so much time with a model and it's just like, I don't want to finish it because I've actually enjoyed painting this the entire way through.
I don't know if I get that. Just because I own so much stuff that when I'm finishing up something, I'm excited for the next thing. But
yeah, I think we both are. We're both a little excited when it's done. I think just for I don't know. That's how I always feel. Like I said, like with the curve, once it gets towards that, it's gonna be done. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's perfect. But I get the like. It's almost like a separation anxiety once it's done. Like you're not touching it every day. Although, I mean, it is a toy. I mean, you can pick it up. You can talk to it.
Oh yeah, every time I finish a model, that becomes my new favorite model, and it like follows me around, and I'm taking pictures of it, and
exactly
until it goes into the drawer, and then the next thing I finish becomes my new favorite model.
It's like I look at the lineup that I have going. It's just like I got to paint all of you next, but I want to spend a little more time with this.
I'm really tempted to get a Mortarion.
Yeah. Do you think? Are you not excited about the next things that you have on the docket? Could that be part of the problem?
I mean, maybe because most of it is just like things like tiny little plague marines, a foul blight spawn. Like they just don't have the grandiose that this thing has given me. So I wonder if I potentially screwed myself out of having more fun with the entire army because I picked the big guy first.
You went so big so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess you have to like give it, once you're done with it, I guess you have to see how you feel while you paint everything else. Maybe what you do is this: you keep it on your painting desk, and so you have something to keep reminding you while you're doing this. You have this beautiful, perfect model, and then you have to take everything else and get it up to that same quality. Maybe use it as inspiration or something.
Like force myself to try new techniques because
you could that's a great idea too.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm gonna have to start trying that out then.
Yeah, perfect.
Really, that was the only question I had. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Keep doing the things you do, and I cannot wait to see more of what you guys put out.
All right, awesome. Thanks so much.
Well, that's too bad because this is our final Eons of Battle anything. We're wrapping it up.
It is done. We have peaked. We do not need to do more.
Yep. And with that, we're all done. All right, guys. It's been fun.
Have a wonderful night, guys.
Yeah. You too. All right, Nurgle Cultist. We're going to invite you. All right, it looks like you're muted. Make sure you unmute yourself so we can hear you. There you go. Hello?
So, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like you got another video playing. Hello? Hello?
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
So, I was wondering, have you guys considered experimenting or painting any Warhammer Epic scale models?
I see him floating around eBay. I take a peruse. I'm not. I feel like the scale doesn't allow you to do much with the figures. They're just so small.
Well, that's the thing actually. With this age of 3D printing, I'm actually saving up for a resin cast 3D printer, just so I can make Warhammer Epic armies for me and all my friends, because it'll cost next to nothing.
Mm-hmm. That's true. From a gaming aspect, Epic looks amazing.
Yeah, you can finally have more accurate battles. It's just it seems like there's hardly any YouTubers that'll ever cover it.
Well, I mean, it's
videos on the site.
It's a 20-year-old dead game.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 20-year-old game, but I read the rules. It's actually pretty solid. It's not too overcomplicated, but it's not too simplistic that it just seems like a board game.
Did you see Geek Gaming Scenics? Didn't he do some epic stuff?
Luke Gaming, he did one for the video was called "Make Warhammer Tiny," but the video itself is actually on
wasn't about
Kings
anything.
of War.
All right.
Yeah. It was actually my birthday earlier today, so I got a bunch of birthday money to help start my fund for the 3D printer.
Ah, there you go.
Birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Getting a Anycubic Photon Zero.
Nice. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Also, I have one comment on paint ranges that I want to see if everybody agrees with. Citadel GW paints are for corporate shills. Vallejo paints are for people who don't want to be seen as basic. Tamiya paints are for people who don't fear to death. And Testers paints are for, Testers enamels are for people who are just psychopaths.
That's amazing.
Also, why does nobody ever use Testers enamels? I'm curious.
They're a giant pain in the butt to use. I mean, I had a few pots of Testers enamel when I was a little kid, and I didn't know that you had to use paint thinners and special brushes, and so I'm like, how come it doesn't wash off in the water? How come it looks like poop when I put it on the model?
Yeah, I had those too. I had a blue and a metallic, and it did not go well.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if you come at it with, as an adult who can figure it out, I'm sure they're wonderful. But I'm sure they've turned off many a child who saved up some money to buy a kit.
They're a pain to work with, but once you get to know how they work, they get some pretty good results. Their coverage is really good. The pigment count, they're pretty high in pigments, and they're just solid paints overall if you know what you're doing. But yeah, feel free to use my joke about the how Citadel paints are for corporate shills, Vallejo paints for people who don't want to be seen as basic, Testers paints or Tamiya paints are for people who don't fear death, and Testers paints are for people who are just psychopaths joke.
I love it. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. That's a great...
Yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. Get those
all right.
two things off my mind.
All right, perfect.
Watch your guys' videos later, I guess.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, thanks for joining us. All right, Antonio Lopez. I think we're going to get through everybody.
Yeah.
All right, I invited you. You got to accept my invite if you're still around. There you go.
Hello? Testing?
Hello.
Hi.
You sound good.
Hello. Thank you for having me. This is very surreal. I watch your videos all the time.
Yeah.
Nice.
I usually am busy in the day with work and school, so I paint at night, and it tends to be at the same time as when you are live. So you're painting and I'm painting.
Nice.
It feels like we're bonding. I mean, we're not because you can't hear me, but I can hear you, so I bond with you guys.
Well, now we can hear you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I know. That's why I'm saying it's surreal.
Yeah.
I had a question because I follow a lot of the big guys in the painting Warhammer community, and I guess there must be a secret, non-spoken pact about everyone hating Taos. because no one ever gives advice on towels. I mean, Squidmar painted like his huge army of light blue towels, but I mean, no offense to anyone who likes light blue towels, but I do not like light blue towels, so that's the only video I can watch. And I just thought I would ask here if you had any suggestions for shading white armor, because I've been having it's been a pain in the ass to try to shade my towel, and I've been brute forcing it. I shade the primer, and then I try to be very delicate about painting the white on top without messing up the crevices, the dark crevices. So I just wanted to see if you, who have much more experience than I, could share some of your wisdom with me.
Well, it sounds like what you need to do is maybe instead of trying to keep all the paint out of those crevices, to just touch up the crevices after. Here, let me see if I can demonstrate. It's called panel lining, where you get a paint to fill into the gap. Here, I'll demonstrate right now. Do you have any wash paints, like a Games Workshop Null Oil?
I have. In fact, I asked you in one of your streams, and you suggested the Army Painter wash, and I got that one, and it's very good. But I don't know if it's my paintbrush, but when I put it in the crevice, it like blends outwards into the rest of the plate.
Yeah,
so at
exactly.
that point, I also have to go ahead and once again paint the white on top of it. So that's why I did that at one point, and then I went like, well, if I'm gonna do that, let's just do first the shading.
Well, right here, I'm going to give you the secret, because you're exactly right. That's what will happen. But if you take just water on your brush and you wipe the water onto the model, the water is going to take a lot longer to dry in the crevices than on top. So if you just wipe it and give it a few seconds, all of a sudden the panels, inside the panels are all wet and the top is all dry. So then you load up your brush with wash, and then you just dip it, and the wash will flow into the crevices because they're already wet, and so it'll just seep into that water, and it'll just follow the lines without getting anything on the other areas.
Oh, I see. So that's the problem. The problem is that I wasn't doing that at all.
Yeah,
I was painting it like normal paint.
But that's what I have found works really, really well for panel lining. Because, yeah, usually, like, I'll demonstrate on the other side. Usually when you put on a wash, you do your best to keep it, but it doesn't want to flow, and so it just kind of gets... It's called coffee staining, where it kind of leaves... It kind of just leaves paint where you don't want it.
Yeah, but that's what I've been dealing with.
Yeah, but if you... Oops, I just knocked over my paintbrush. But yeah, you wet your brush, and then you rub it on the area that you want to bring out those lines. And then, you wipe off the water, you give it a few seconds to dry, and then you load up with wash, and you just touch it, and that wash should flow.
All right, I'll try it. Thank you. It's just that white is such a picky color because
absolutely.
It's so easy to taint it. But yeah, I'll try it. Totally try it. Thank you very much. I'm actually, I was going to say I'm painting right now, but that's a lie. I was going to paint, but I decided to procrastinate it, and I'm doing another mini wargaming. It's called Gaslands. I don't know if you've heard about it.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yes, yeah. I'm working on it right now, but I'll try it tomorrow, and I'll let you know how it goes. I'm actually going to try with my girlfriend, who is listening. Thank you for supporting my weird hobby. But,
yeah, no problem.
But yeah, so thank you for the suggestion, and thank you for your videos. They always cheer me up when they pop up in my feed, in my YouTube feed. So you do a great, amazing work, and thank you for all the tools that you give the community.
Yeah, well, thank you for the question, because I figured this out not that long ago, so I'm very excited to get to share that little tip.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, thanks. And I'm gonna move you to audience. There we go. All right, Darth Cinema. We're gonna get to everyone, I promise.
Please tell me it works.
Yep, it did. You're back.
Yes. Oh, okay. There we go.
And you've been waiting forever, and I am sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. I knew as soon as the first thing happened, I'm like, oh no, they're not gonna get to me. They gotta get to everyone else first. But yeah, it's all right. As you guys have been, as I've been listening, I've literally been just touching up my own Chaos Space Marines. I just put together 12 Corn Berserkers, and I have a Rhino and a Hellbrute all done. Because I literally just came back last night from my very first Warhammer 40k game, and of course, you'd think, oh, he probably had his Necrons fight some Space Marines or Tau or something. No. I had to fight Adeptus Custodes.
Oh my goodness! As the first battle.
Oh yeah, and what's worse is my Locust Heavy Destroyer, my biggest gun. Every time he shot, the Custodes completely just brushed it off. Like, yeah, you hear something? No. So
I mean, it's a whole army of 2-up saves and invulnerables.
Oh my god! Like, at the end of the day, I think what the most shocking thing was, I ended up taking out his warlord with Scorpec destroyers, because I don't think he took him seriously until they actually killed his warlord and went, oh, I'm very much afraid of them now. But yeah, definitely working on my Chaos Space Marines, which kind of leads me to my question. What faction, like a sub-faction of like an army, do you think is overlooked and could benefit from their own codex? Because personally, I think Iron Warriors is probably one of the most overlooked Chaos Space Marine legions, because the lore is just fantastic, and there's, I think, so much you could do with that army and just to expand upon it to the level like of a Black Legion or a Death Guard. So I think an Iron Warriors codex would really benefit Chaos Space Marine players. What do you think? What would you love to see get their own codex?
It's hard with the Chaos Space Marines. I mean, Games Workshop was brilliant when they figured out, hey, we can make different chapters of Space Marines that are basically just different colors. But with Chaos, everything kind of needs its own stuff. And they did it a little. I mean, they're like, hey, we gave you Nurgle, we gave you Tzeentch Marines, we're working on Slanesh a little bit, you've got Chaos Undivided, what more do you want? And all the Chaos players want their particular color of Chaos Space Marines. I mean, there's a lot of really popular Chaos Space Marine factions. I know the book series Soul Hunter or Night Hunter is one of the most popular trilogies Games Workshop's ever made. And Games Workshop still doesn't give a crap about the Night Lords.
So, no.
So I don't know if it's too likely that any of the particular Chaos colors are going to get a lot of love. At least not until maybe everything has been shown a little bit more love. Because I know the Eldar players don't even want to hear the word Space Marine anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I just hope, because I've seen, I was looking to kind of fill up the ranks of my Iron Warriors, and I'm like, the only dedicated Iron Warriors figure that you can actually find is the old metal Warsmith, which even if you look in the current codex for the Chaos Space Marines, the Warsmith doesn't even have an entry, it's just treated as a Chaos Lord. So I'm like, this breaks my heart. This breaks my iron heart. But I do hope to bring these on the table soon, because the Necrons were fun. I'm definitely hooked on the hobby now between your guys' channel, my first game, and just painting these, putting them together and painting them with like a good audiobook in the background is like probably the best way to pass the time. Super relaxing, and I paint them for fun, honestly. But seeing them on the table, it's, even when I was painting them, I didn't really expect them to look as good as they did when they're on it, because when you surround these characters in this environment, it doesn't matter what paint scheme you do, if you do a Games Workshop one or you do your own, the moment you kind of drop them into this world, this little world on the table, it just adds this whole new dynamic. So what you just spend like your first 10 minutes just looking at them. I mean, because that's what me and my opponent were doing. We just stopped our game for like on several occasions just to marvel at our paint schemes.
Yeah, nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's where I think the fun of 40k is when you can just create this little world, this little snapshot of this universe, and it allows you to bond with your opponent and bond with other people here who love this this crazy over the top nonsensical world.
Nice. And
But
I know,
go ahead.
A lot of the Chaos factions, like Iron Warriors, I think you could even use just the regular rules that exist, but just kit bash your models. Like I know the Iron Warriors are a little less Chaos Dino Body and a little bit more Heretic Astartes. And so, like, maybe if you want to add a Hellbrute, just buy the normal Space Marine Dreadnoughts and just Chaosify it a little. I'm
doing that with I'm doing that with a Vindicator actually, and that's gonna be my main battle tank for them.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's fantastic. I absolutely love working with it. The one challenge I've actually been spreading to my friends. We're doing. Because we have our bits, our little bag of bits between all of us, and we're doing a challenge every couple of months. We say, okay, take your bag, you have to create a Warhammer model only using the bits that you have. And so you can cut them, you can glue them, you can do whatever you want in any configuration, but it has to come out as a Warhammer model. And I think I came up with this Iron Warrior that had the lower legs of a Necron Lord that I had for extra. So literally his is just 75% robotic at this point. I have no idea how he... What?
Aquino Quinones has a great idea. The Ironclad Dreadnought is pure Iron Warriors.
The Ironclad Dreadnought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it has like a lot of rivets and armor panels on it.
Yeah.
So that would probably make a great Hellbrute.
I would probably do that and use some of my the Raptor or Warp Talon extra bits that I have to chaos it up.
Also, that sounds like a fun challenge with your friends.
Yeah,
it is. Oh my god! Seriously, I encourage anyone if you guys just want to try something fun, just look at the bits that you have and just try to come up with something off the wall crazy. Don't let like lore or anything just do it. Just say, okay, I want to make something that looks cool, and at the end of the day, it just comes out great. I'll have to take a picture of it and share it in the general chat for what monstrosity I made. But yeah, definitely give it a go. I think you'll be surprised with the outcome.
Yeah, I really like that idea.
All right. Well, thank you guys for having me. I know we got one more person, so I won't take all your time. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, it's good having you.
Have a good night.
Good night. All right, our last caller, Alex Cam. I'm gonna invite you to speak.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, I'm on my phone, so if it's kind of freaky, let me know.
It actually sounds great.
Yeah, it sounds.
Okay, good. Well, first off, I just want to say thank you for all the content you guys have been doing. So I just started watching your live streams. I'm Alex Smith in the chat, and I just love how, you've got like this cool little community and you answer questions and stuff like that, and I just think it's really neat. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So my friends have this like cool idea. When we play, we like made this collaborative Spotify playlist, and our goal was to put 5 songs each from like our favorite armies that we're playing and stuff. So they had to be kind of serious or whatever. Like a lot of the guys like metal, and we don't want to be listening to just trash troll music the whole time. But we did all have to put in one troll kind of ish song.
I love that.
Rickroll.
So like I play Space Wolves. So I put, let's see, like Metallica, Of Wolf and Men. I did like Metalocalypse, The Lost Vikings, and a couple other songs like that. Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. And then I ended with Duran Duran's Hungry Like the Wolf. So just
that's
like
fun.
bop at the end. So I was just going to say, like, throw out a little fun question, like, and I know it's kind of putting you on the spot, but like, what's maybe like a song or two, like troll or like serious, that you think you would come up with for like your guys' armies?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, if it's like songs to listen to while playing the game, I have a bunch of picks. I feel like I listen to a lot of songs off of the Pirates of the Caribbean 3 soundtrack. A lot of those have like a great, like, big orchestral, like, battle feel to them. But like just a funny. I feel like any Iron Maiden song would work for the Black Templar Space Marines.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I feel like probably what I would do. I mean, it'd be hilarious. You know, you have a bunch of serious songs. I think the movie soundtrack idea is perfect. I mean, that covers your bases. But then you put like a Cardi B song for the orcs because they got a big old butt. That'd be hilarious.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what we're doing. So I think there's like another playlist that we do with like all the orchestral stuff. You know, that's just like if we wanted like thematic music. But like we've got. Oh man, I'll just try to pull it up real quick. We've got like an Iron Hands player. And so he's put like I think he's just searching Spotify for a bunch of random crap, but he put like Iron Strengthens Iron, Forward by I can't even pronounce that band, and then like Pancake Robot. So just like random stuff like that. So it's like they kind of have to match your army, but then like you still just put like a crazy one in there. So
I feel like Necrons probably have it really easy right now because synthwave is so popular.
Oh my god.
I'm putting. I just started a guard army. Like I've always wanted to do guard, but now I actually like have a job and like all that kind of stuff and can afford some extra plastic. So like I put in like Till I Collapse by Eminem. It's got like the whole like soldier stuff in it, and Dead Bodies Everywhere by Cord.
Perfect. That's amazing.
Yeah, just.
That is a really fun idea as well. So while you're playing the game, you listen to those soundtracks?
Yeah, so it's like 80% of like these serious kind of like, you know, metal or, you know, synthy, like just kind of music to go in the background. And then all of a sudden, you know, everyone like we've got like 2 or 3 tables going, and then just somebody's stupid song pops up. Like again, like we're just playing your you know, headbanging a little bit to like Metallica and stuff like that, and then Duran Duran comes on and you're just like, oh my god. Whatever. Like it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's fun.
So this is the same guy had the brainchild. He tried to make the world's most diverse Spotify playlist as well. And he called it the bipolar playlist, and he's like he set up all the rules for it. So he's like, you cannot add more than one song per band. And if you use a band, like you can't use any other song by that band.
That's pretty good.
If you cover a song, so like if you did Alien Ant Farm's, oh my gosh, I'm just drawing a blank on the song. The cover of the Michael Jackson song.
Thriller, Beat It, whatever.
No, yeah. But it's like if you did that, like you couldn't do Alien Ant Farm or Michael Jackson.
I getcha.
So it's like this really complicated. So like, and then you try to just do all this kind of stuff, and then he's like, but you have to make it listenable. You can't just put like 8 hours of white noise or like whatever.
Yeah.
And then, so he put like 6 people on the task, and it got to like 12,000 songs, or not 1,200 songs. Yeah, gosh, that would be ridiculous.
That's still a crazy number.
It was like massive. And then like, I guess like it just like a couple of guys from his work or whatever was talking about it, and then like they had a friend with like a local radio DJ, and they started talking about this playlist on the radio, and I'm just like, what have you started?
Oh my gosh.
It was ridiculous. So I think he just likes to do goofy stuff like that. So I just wanted to hear what you guys would think. So like I know you like orcs, so like the Cardi B stuff. That's that's the thing.
I mean that's perfect. They got a big booty. Like they look like they shake it.
Oh yeah. They're squatting too. It's like they're packing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
I think another surprisingly good movie soundtrack, the new Japanese Shin Godzilla, I think from 2016, 17.
Oh yeah,
18.
yeah.
That one has some really fun, like big bombastic songs, and some nice light jazz.
Yeah, I'll have to. Oh my gosh. So yeah, my dad loves everything Godzilla. I could probably just like mention like what was the one that came out in 2016? He'd like here it is, right?
Yeah.
So
here's the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But he was like complaining. He's like, Amazon doesn't have like this like whatever edition of Godzilla with like this director's commentary, and I'm just like, yeah, good luck. I don't know. Like, look, I don't know. I can't help you. Yeah, this I love like listening to this whole thing with everyone coming in and talking. So I hope you guys do it again. It was great.
Oh, I think we definitely will. This has been tons of fun.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. So, yeah. I like it.
Well.
All right. Well,
if you're still taking a quick little question, I've got
Sure.
one more thing. So I'm sitting here,
Go
I'm
for it.
putting like these guards together. One of my buddies was super, like, I guess lucky or whatever. Maybe he found a good deal too, but he snagged a copy of Cursed City.
Nice.
So I feel like that's kind of cool until they just had to reprint it. I mean, but so he's like, hey, do you want a couple of these heroes? I think he just wanted for the minis, not really to care to play it. But since I was starting the guard stuff, I was like, well, like this dude with the big pointy hat looks like an Inquisitor, and like the chick with the staff, like might be able to do with like an Astropath.
Yeah, like a Primary
but they're-
Psyker for guard.
Yeah, something. So he dropped them off today, and I was putting them together. They are like, I don't know, like about a head taller than the Marines, and like they go on like a 32 mil base. Like I know my friends, like we're not gonna care. Like we go for like whatever looks the coolest. Like just do it.
Mhm.
Like we do have an orc player with us, and he literally took like I don't know some like dinosaur kids toy and just kit bashed the heck out of it with like a ton of just random wood crap, and then he's like, "This is my squig off," and. Our Tau player just gave him like all of his bits, and it has like I don't know, like 30 guns on it now. It's amazing. So, I like absolutely do it with the orcs. But like, what do you guys think like about just like pulling in minis from like I don't know, like other game systems and random stuff? If you know, it just looks cool, or even if it's like this chick is definitely like 8 foot tall, like compared to these guardsmen. But oh well.
Yeah, and the guardsmen are a little puny. They probably would get a little tiny size boost nowadays, or at least just get a proportion adjustment.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's great because I mean that just makes it more fun. Just adding your own spin on and stuff. And like, who plays competitively, like seriously competitively, anyways?
Oh, for sure.
Like, everyone on the internet, but in real life.
But those people need to drop that and like just have fun with it. Like make a squiggoth, you know, do fun stuff with it.
Excuse me, I don't know if that's tournament legal.
Yeah. The point of the game is to have fun. I am here to have fun, as our friend Ben.
It actually is printed in every 40k rule book that the number one rule is to have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah. I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm not using these, and nobody's gonna care. I mean, we've got like we have a Necron player too, and he's got the Wargame exclusive Necron or the Nightbringer, which is, in my opinion, like if you've seen the model, it's like it's gorgeous.
The Wargame's exclusive Nightbringer. I don't know if I know that model.
Maybe
I know. I'm sure it's.
It might be. It might be. No, it totally wasn't. He just shows me a lot of Wargame exclusive stuff, but I don't know. It looks like that should just be the standard Nightbringer at this point. I mean, like I think the
Nightbringer is like, old as hell. It's very old.
Yeah, and it's like it. I mean, it's like super skinny. It's like a tongue depressor from like a doctor's office. It's just this little stick or whatever. And then, yeah, this one has like souls crawling out of his back, and like I don't know. He painted it up really spooky. It was really good. But I mean, that's definitely like 4 times bigger than that. So it's like, I mean, he's kind of taken, I guess, like a disadvantage in the game, but none of us care, and it just wrecks everything anyway. It makes like 900 points back.
Nice. Yeah, using other models, like not official models and proxy models is like the best part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the nice thing about Wargames. You can use whatever models you want. You can change rules if you want. If everyone agrees, you can just change rules. It's like golf.
Yeah.
Because in golf, they can just pretend, we're just gonna pretend like, we're gonna give everyone 3 free hits or whatever it's called.
Right, or like Prussian Blue coming up with rules. Like,
yeah,
that's the point. To have fun.
I was watching like a mini wargaming. Maybe it was like a narrative campaign or something they were doing, and it's like they're just like, hey, if you use this stratagem, like we're playing another game after this, and it's like you can't use that stratagem in that game if you use it here. I was like, that was super cool. So you just get like just adding rules like that or whatever that makes the game a lot more interesting sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you guys again.
Yeah, no problem. I think I'll move you to the audience and we'll wrap this up.
Nice.
So yeah, thanks for calling in.
How did we have the exact right number of people join? That's
literally
wild.
It's literally perfection.
It is.
We're pretty great.
We had exactly 2.5 hours of people show up wanting to chat. That's crazy.
Exactly. So everyone in the chat that's still around, what'd you think of this? We had a lot of fun. It was fun talking to people. Did you like listening?
Andy Crimson just applied my first oil wash. Wish me luck. Good luck. Good old oils.
Persian blue. It was fun. Nice.
I think this would definitely be a great thing to do every once in a blue moon.
Mm-hmm.
Persian blue. More long streams just for this should definitely be in order.
Enjoyed listening and watching.
It's 9 out of 10. Needs more burps. That is true. That is
honestly,
a fair criticism of this stream.
Yeah, we didn't burp at all. I mean, we had a few in the first 30 minutes, but you know, I mean, I drank my bubbly a little too quick.
Mm-hmm. But these Star Wars models paint up so nice and so fast.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got another, model and a half done. I got a model and a half done yesterday. I got a model and a half done today, and they look great. These are some of the best weapons I think I've ever painted. I just followed Sarastro's instructions to the letter.
Nice. Alex Smith, thanks for having me on. I had a blast. Awesome. Beautiful. Tweepler, thank you for having me on. Sorry if I was awkward at all. I had a beer or two. It's all good. Nobody was awkward.
Everyone was great.
Yep.
I thought sure we'd get one person who would just like scream or just do something obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because it was live.
I think the problem though is you have to wait a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
You have to wait a long time, so you really gotta.
You'd have to commit.
Yeah, you gotta commit. Lucky bet. I was burping over here. Well, of course. I mean, why didn't you join and burp for us then?
We could have used some fun animal facts.
That's true. Lucky bet. Do you have a one lucky animal or one lucky bet animal fact? We could add you if you wanted to. to end the stream.
Simon Labama's monkey. I was screaming, but no one was listening.
Uh-huh.
Lucky bet. No.
Yep, that's fine. All right. Well, it's after 12.
Yeah.
So
what a stream.
What a stream. That was fun.
Finished a Twi'lek and half a Rodion. Probably really more than half, just his head. His head is the only thing left. Twirple, fun animal fact, flamingos are blue.
Perfect. All right. Do you and I want to do a little call after this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That sounds good. All right.
Good night.
Good night. Oh yeah, there's stuff. Watch all the videos from this week. Our next stream is going to be on Monday at 9 p.m. There'll be a normal stream.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have to figure out what we're going to do with this because this was fun. So when we're going to do these again or what's going to happen with this.
Mm-hmm.
So good night, everybody. It was super fun.